All right. Here we go. Episode 3, guys. So the young, old guys. Tony B here, Enrique, Align, and again, our special guest.
Another special guest.
Again.
So to let you fools know that we are cutting one day into 2. Yeah. Let's be real.
Well, yeah.
Like, listen, it makes it easy.
They can see your clothes.
Yeah, like,
well, we hit the first. Did you start the cameras?
Yeah, I did.
Because we started the first episode we have out here is like 4 hours. So we're like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
So Tony wants to try an hour.
Just about 45 minutes to an hour.
I think one show should be harder. 2 hours.
Oh, man.
I mean, you're editing,
editing is tough, bro.
Don't you just let that bitch go, though? Like, we don't need any.
Nah, bro. It's not.
What do you edit?
You got to understand, like, when you're using, like, Adobe fucking Premiere and you have 2 cameras, switching back, one person talking. And, yo, dude, that is the toughest thing. Yo, I'm going to show you guys after this. How editing it is, though.
It's not like cutting
for
and pasting
4.5 hours, bro. It's a lot, and I have to sync up the sound to your lips.
You're right.
It's a lot of work, bro.
You're right.
A lot of work.
By the way, this lemon.
No, it's not.
It's not that one.
It's not. But the super lemon haze.
Talking to the mic.
Super lemon haze.
Yeah, see, I had me smoking and shit. I'm taking little hits, as I do, just to be cautious. And like he was telling me, it's like an energy high. Yo, I feel it.
Is that even a thing?
So
like my head is very clear. Normally you get that like slow down
when you get high like
effect. That fucking your mind's working faster than your mouth's moving, all that kind of shit. That head high, like this isn't like that. But I do feel like I had a Red Bull or something.
Right, you feel like you.
Like I feel it like not on some like soul energy shit, but like I feel it here instead of here.
Right.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
No, honestly, no. So I'll break it down to y'all what it is.
All right. Did you make this shit in your house?
No. Look at this. She's got some quality fucking glass.
Yeah.
This is plastic.
Is that medical?
It's kind of plastic.
Kind of. Maybe
it is.
Oh, we can't say that.
Yeah. Sure.
It's medical because it looked like I got a barcode and everything.
No, we're not gonna say where it came from. All right. So
go ahead.
I'll break it down to y'all. So there's two things: indica and sativa.
Right.
Beautiful names, by the way.
I understand that.
Definitely beautiful.
Yeah.
Sativa is more of an energetic high.
Okay.
So it's more uplifting. You do stuff. Like it's more like Enrique says, like a Red Bull. You feel like
it's an energy shot.
Yeah, it's like energy shot. It's more of like a daytime.
Sativa is.
Okay.
Indica is more about knocking your ass out.
Taking you on some crazy shit.
Yeah, that's when you're unconscious.
And you're lazy, you don't want to do anything.
Yeah,
and you
that's
get the
called
money.
Well, no, I think like when you see, that's the thing. Like I think if you smoke so much, you get to that point regardless.
Yeah.
But like that beginning levels of when mine is like, I don't want to be like an asshole and say like it's free, but it's more open to suggestions and looking at things differently. I think like that is where that beauty, masterpiece of it is, because everyone who's what's the word has ingested or took in.
Why are you being so reserved right now?
Because I'm trying to keep.
You're trying to keep PG right now.
Well, I mean, anyone who's gotten high.
This is rated X.
Yeah, this. So anyone who's gotten high and with marijuana has experienced that in some way, where you're just like fucking figure out the meaning of life, and you like forget to write it down, but like everything just is like a fucking puzzle. It just comes together in pieces, boom, 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 and it just makes sense. And
trust me, I know.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing, but then of course when you after that, or you get too high, you like I can't talk.
Well, yeah, that's
when your body has that limit.
Well, that's when you take like micro doses.
Just to keep the creativity going.
But you don't know how to do that.
No.
Whoa. Let's not make this about. Hold on. Now we're just talking about marijuana.
Hey, this is another episode. We will talk about that later.
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
I guess we might as well talk about marijuana a little bit now. I would say I'm
gonna be honest with you. It gets me through the day. Sativa.
All right,
hold on. Sativa is
the energetic one. Yeah, so it's like the 5-hour energy.
You can say that. Yes.
It's not like a rush right now, but it does just make me feel like
you feel upbeat.
Yeah, but like you're not slow. What I'm thinking is on pace. Because normally,
right. I think I'm gonna have to hit that after this.
Yeah, it's
just to try,
just a little bit. Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had that before. Normally, the ones I have are the
Yeah.
twin sister or whatever. I'll
The
be like
stuff you
sitting
get is
there.
like,
Or it doesn't even make me numb to the point, but it'd be like I'll be trying to talk to you, and I'm like thinking, and then my mouth starts, but my thinking gets confused with my mouth, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm way behind.
his mouth is faster than his brain.
Yeah, or like you can't keep up with a conversation like this. Like there was plenty of times where when we got high and like Tony just starts. We say a joke and we talking. Out of nowhere, Tony starts laughing,
And then you're like,
and I'm like, and you just like looking at him. But then I remember like, yo, I'm on the same level as you right now. Like, yo, you just connected what the fuck we were saying because your brain is running
Like, I know what you're laughing
gear
at.
slower. Oh my god, yo, we had such a funny time at the Denny's like that. And there's like a lot of stories that I have that were on that level, but this is the first time like. It makes like
That
right now I
is
kind of feel like
different.
I can start talking quick and thinking quick and shit
That's
like that.
awesome. Well, hey, I got another good subject.
okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Tony's 2 for
It's
2.
good
Yeah.
shit right here.
Let's go,
I'm
let's
too-
go.
I mean, if you guys got something to talk about,
Go ahead.
I got shit, but
I mean,
felt
this
like-
is a free country. I mean,
No.
I don't want it to be a
Technically-
dictatorship.
Technically,
Ya tú sabes, ya tú sabes.
Man, oh man.
my shits are I got shit, but I felt like I really talked the real first episode. I talked a lot,
Porque tú hablas mucho.
and a lot of my shit is like deep stuff. I want my hitting something semi deep or
This is going to be, I mean, maybe semi-deep, bro. Like,
I mean like
maybe Tony pick one and then you pick one and then we vote. You
no,
know?
I mean, yeah, I mean,
You know?
no,
yeah,
you're not. I'm
this
saying
is-
my shit-
this is a fucking democracy,
Exactly.
a real Republican democracy. But anyhow,
no, but go ahead. If you
I,
put your hand up first, you go first. Go ahead.
no. You get
Papi.
in fact,
Go.
I'll edit this out.
No. Don't edit it out. Keep
right.
the shit running.
All right, so
Give me your subject. I'm ready.
I'm going to
Let's
bring this subject up because yesterday I was watching a movie with my wife.
All right.
You guys know Princess Diana?
Oh yeah, I've seen
yeah,
on
yeah,
Netflix.
yeah.
It
All right.
was
I haven't
right?
seen.
Right.
Are you talking about the
Princess
Netflix thing?
the Netflix thing. Yeah.
Netflix, the Netflix.
I
series, yeah.
did not watch it.
I
Yeah,
am.
I didn't watch it either.
You know, I am a big Diana fan.
Oh, conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that.
no.
'Cause you know, right?
No. I wasn't gonna say
If
conspiracy
you know,
theories.
You know. Shut up.
I wasn't gonna say conspiracy theories, but you know, it was kind of like a memoir when she was, married to Prince
Charles.
Charles, yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So there was a point where she recorded with her shrink, I guess, and they recorded her conversations with him. He was asking questions, she answered. That's pretty much what the Netflix series, or not series, but the movie's about. But
So they're going word for word.
yeah, I mean,
Do you
it was a
hear-
live video of her talking the whole time.
So there is no actress playing her.
No,
It's
this
like
is
a
about her.
documentary?
This is
Just-
pictures. This is videos.
This is just tapes of her.
of her in the
Okay.
past,
Like
a documentary.
from when she first started
It's
all
not
the way
so much-
until
Right.
she
Well,
passed
it's
away.
like a weird. Yeah, it's like a documentary, but
it's like a
but it's an
documentary.
actual live.
Yeah. So she was she was
Some of the Snoop.
Snoop.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Snoop
actually
will
not
do a double
bad.
jizzle.
No, it is good.
That's why I
though.
wanna try to
Actually,
say
Save,
yeah.
save me some, bro. 'Cause,
It's
trying to catch up
yeah, it's
here.
definitely good. So anyway,
I wanna try Snoop Dogg.
she got to a point where she was super depressed because of her husband, Prince Charles, was seeing another woman,
Pimp. Yeah.
was messing with another woman.
Uh-huh.
And this is even he was messing with her before they even got together or married.
So he was
Before they
he
were
had-
even
So
engaged.
he was fucking around way before.
Yeah, and
he
she
found her.
knew her,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
And Princess Diana was in a very, very mental state where she was depressed throughout her whole marriage. Like
Because
7,
of this?
8. Yes.
This
I mean,
one
there was
incident, or was it a
so
lot
she
of
got
incidents?
into bulimia, things of that nature. You know
Because
what bulimia
she
is.
wanted to be like his one and only, his number one.
No, there was like
She didn't
certain
feel
little
loved.
things that flicked in her head.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, with the bulimia thing, he mentioned one time where I guess he was hugging her and he felt like a little pouch or like a little bit
Little
of meat in
chichon
her
and
body.
shit.
Chichon is in her body,
Yeah.
right?
Little body fat. Yeah.
And she took that real literal,
Damn,
and she became bulimic,
Making all these
where she was
noises.
throwing up her food and not eating.
Because she wanted to please him. or be attractive to him.
Correct.
Or whatever.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, you're talking about the Prince of fucking Wales. I mean, the fucking Prince.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you're talking about.
You're competing with the top.
Yeah, I mean,
woman.
you're talking about the
See,
a family that owns more than half of
that
the
makes
world.
it, you making it seem like it's a job though. Like, you know, like I got it. I don't like, you don't love him.
That's good that you said that though, because
Like,
it is a
you're
job.
trying to keep up just to stay in the fucking house. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is a job though, because
But
she even said it.
Shouldn't.
She was
Well,
like,
yeah.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't be. Yeah,
if
right.
yeah, it shouldn't be. But if you watch the documentary, she even said it in the beginning. She said, "Hey, my taxi driver or my driver pulled up right before she was about to announce that she was going to get engaged with him. The taxi driver said, "Hey, you better enjoy this now because this is the last time that you'll ever have freedom." And she said, "Yo, I spoke to God to that time." Or something along those
She
lines.
felt like it was
where
like
she
a message from
"Oh,
God."
Yeah, like,
Like
oh
it- like it
God.
just hit
Like,
on
I'm
her.
about to get into some real shit.
Mm-hmm.
She's always going to be in the public eye.
Right.
She has no privacy. Everywhere she goes, cameras are flashing,
Yeah.
paparazzi, yada, 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 yada. But anyway, this is not what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to bring it to is I'm trying to build it up.
Yeah.
Why
You're
it
doing
came
a
up.
terrible job at it.
Yeah. you
No,
definitely
I'm bringing
are.
it up. I'm
I don't know where you're
I'm
going with
Yeah,
this.
like
bringing
a
the
horror
reason up.
movie.
Terrible,
So my
terrible
question
trailer.
is
No, definitely. Yeah.
no. Wait.
Go ahead.
No, it's going to bring it up. It's all going to make sense.
Okay.
All right.
So she got to a point where she got depressed. Like I told you guys, she was
Throwing up.
Yeah, she was throwing up. She was depressed too because he was traveling with this woman or whatever.
Yeah.
Messing around.
Taking her seat,
He
bitch.
married her because I, in my opinion, I think because she was a virgin. She was fresh. Yada yada yada.
Was she a virgin?
Yes.
Wow.
At the time.
Kind of odd. She's very attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
It's like, I don't know how life got you through that and you never let anybody hit. Like, questionable. Questionable. But continue.
But anyhow, so my thing was she got
It's just
to the
cherry
point
bomb,
where
probably.
she recorded these recordings with her shrink because she was so
Therapist.
depressed, a therapist and all. She was so
Quack.
depressed that she recorded, and this guy wrote a book, and the book became
Oh,
a
that's
very
fucked up.
yeah. He wrote a book, and
That's
that's how
fucked
she
up.
got divorced, right?
She had to let that go, though. Like, you can't just do that shit. Like, isn't that like a
Right.
patient doctor
Yo,
privilege?
her whole life was surrounded around the prince, right?
Okay.
And you got to think about it though. As a woman, that's tough, right? Because you're about to marry, or you are marrying the prince of pretty much the world.
Yeah.
Because remember, they own about like 60-70% of the whole world. They own
I don't know
Australia,
if these percentages are correct, everyone.
Canada.
Off the top of the head.
Well, yeah.
they own Canada, Australia,
Mm-hmm.
parts of India, probably all of India actually.
Okay.
But anyway,
I see you.
right.
I'm on butt in.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, she's fucking balls deep into this family.
Yeah.
You know, she was a virgin. She had no choice but to be a part of this. She got
had no choice,
mad
but-
depressed.
Hold on. What do you mean when you say she had no choice?
Well, she
So
had
is
choice,
was this arranged?
but no.
No.
Yo, think about it. If you were asked to marry the princess of fucking, I don't know.
Well, I don't know how it works. Right? I don't know
All right,
how it
at
works.
least
I don't
you're
know if
not
it's-
in that level.
You know, if a limo guy
Yeah.
shows up,
Yeah.
he takes you to a restaurant, you see the queen, and you know they size you up to figure like you're within these
Right.
certain parameters.
Okay, I'm saying
What-
put yourself in her shoes.
I did.
You did.
I did
So
right
if
now.
you're marrying the princess of fucking, I don't know,
Yeah.
Argentina, I don't know.
It comes. Okay.
What happens?
It comes down. Here's the thing.
First of all,
Are you gonna say no? Are you
he
gonna
wouldn't-
say no?
First of all, he wouldn't be virgin. First of all,
Yeah.
He's not gonna be a virgin. No, not at all.
I'm getting practice.
But no. What I'm saying is, if the
It's-
princess of Argentina or the family told you, yo, you're gonna marry the princess of Argentina.
Well, this is the
What the fuck do you do?
This is the problem. Like if it's arranged, like you're saying, that totally throws more, fucking things in the water to change the outcome. But if it's something that she made a decision herself, it's either you love the dude or you don't love the dude. You're either in it for love or you're in it for fame.
Well, that's gonna get me into my question. I'm about to get to the question. No, but no,
that wasn't-
I'm
wasn't
glad
that
that you.
But
you
that's
took it that far.
it's to me. I'm not going to speak for everyone at the table. I'm just saying for me, it's cut or dry. It's either you love the dude and you're down to ride,
But Enrique,
understanding. No, that's something that you understand. You're going into this regardless. Love is your fucking beacon that you're shooting for that answers all your questions. Why are you?
You're going to be marrying the princess of whatever
It doesn't
country.
matter.
Yeah,
It's
but when-
love.
To you, that doesn't matter.
No. But
No.
I know his point. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong. If the main reason why she's getting married with the guy is love, all the consequences don't matter.
Yeah,
Don't-
to
they're
her
not
was that way.
Okay.
To her was that way.
Well, that's the thing. Like, regardless, that's her beacon. Even if it falls off.
Yeah, which it did.
So if she's in love and then it falls off, then, that's something separate also. But, like, if you are in it for the fame, then it's like, you know what? This is the shit that comes with fame. You're going to be on every newspaper, paparazzi. You're going to have all these shit. So
Right.
this is what you want. Deal with it. To
Right,
me, as
and I don't want to
put your big,
say
your big
too
pants
much
on.
about the documentary.
Well, it's tough. Well, I've
you guys
never watched it. I'm just going off of what you're saying.
Just watch it.
And
It's,
kinda
it's
what I
actually
know
pretty
of her.
good. But my question is out of this, because she had a certain reality when she was there, and my question is,
When you say reality, what do you mean?
she had a different reality than he did, and
A reality than he did. A different
and I
outlook
realized
on life, like what?
an outlook, exactly, an
different
outlook
outlook.
on how she saw the marriage compared to how he saw the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We all have our different viewpoints.
Yeah.
Right. So my thing is, and it this question came up in my head. I was like, man, you can look at this in a couple different ways. From his view, her view, she made him look like a monster in this book.
And-
But then what about his view?
Yeah,
Exactly.
You know,
Well,
right?
not only that, but you have to. There's another thing in there too. It's like, is she lying?
No, that's the thing. There.
Right.
Is he
You gotta
lying?
see both sides.
Right.
So
Who's-
there's two sides to
there's
two sides.
No, there's actually like 3 sides to every
there's
story.
like no, it's like fucking like 16.
Yeah, right. I mean, but if you break it down to a simple aspect, there's fucking 3 sides to the story: yours, hers,
And the truth.
and the truth. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, we all believe that,
It's
right?
a good one. Put that on a shirt.
Hey, you know what? Hey, that's
So
the idea.
here's the question. So here's
It's an
the
old
question.
saying, but a goodie.
Yeah.
Because I felt like she did not understand the man. Because one of the things that she said,
Huh?
right?
see that.
One of the things that she said was on there is that he was very cold and wasn't heartwarming, or wasn't supportive, wasn't this, wasn't that, and she made him look like a monster. So my question is here: what woman should understand about a man?
What should a woman understand about a man?
Yes.
Ooh.
What should a woman understand about a man?
Oh, you went fucking
Because
far left.
Yeah.
Bro, come on,
Tony,
You set this
Tony,
fucking
what
roller
the
coaster.
fuck are you talking about,
I
man?
had,
He just
and now
turns
I'm
around.
hitting
What the
it.
fuck, man?
I'm hitting it.
But our
No.
answers have nothing to do with Princess Diana.
No, I built it
I'll
using
be
that.
honest, I'm completely lost.
I'm using Princess Diana as the build-up
I don't-
because it just came
Yeah,
out.
That was
It-
too big of a build.
Yo, word it was, Enrique.
I thought we were going to talk about Princess Diana in this fucking
no,
documentary.
no.
That's what I thought we
We're
were
not-
talking
no,
about. Like,
because
what?
Princess Diana has nothing to do with us,
What?
so to speak.
Yeah,
but
but
I'm telling you about because the way that she
Oh my
portrayed this
God.
man, she portrayed him as a fucking asshole,
Uh-huh.
right?
Right?
Well, that's women.
But I think a
though.
lot.
Like,
That's what I'm saying,
Well,
Enrique.
no,
This is my question.
You know what? Hold on. Let me correct myself.
All right.
That's not just women. That's anybody who's in an argument or a discussion or like a disagreement with someone on the other side.
Okay.
Even if it's a man on a man, they go and dog the other dude down to make them look bad. So,
I know, but I'm talking about more woman versus man here.
or if you're on another subject.
No, this is the subject.
Oh,
This
I mean,
is the
it's the
question
subject,
I
but a
have right
different
here.
thing. Yeah. I mean,
So, what should a woman understand about a man?
goodness, bro. Yeah, I think that's a loaded question. Just because every man is different, there are some very small fundamentals that all men tend to keep, but it's not like I wouldn't even say all men because there's a majority of men kind of feel like you have your masculinity, you have to provide for your house, you need to protect your family, those kind of things. But not to say that all men feel that way. I think it's a big leap. I mean, there's some guys who don't fucking care. But I would, you know what I'm saying? Like to say
But
something
no.
that all men will agree upon right now, like to say like all men will put their card and say, yes, that's me.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yes, you are though.
No, that's not.
You just said something something that women need to know about all men.
Yeah, so
I'm trying to say
a woman.
my subject of what I might think may not relate to Carlos. It may relate to you two, but it may not relate to him. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I can't sit there and then give his wife that advice and then it won't work on him.
Let's put it like this: if you had one thing to tell your wife or your significant other, one thing that you should know about me as a man, what would that be? Like, how would you?
Jesus. Now I'm talking to my wife.
I don't even mean just your wife.
No, that's a good question though. It makes me think because I'm like, all right.
Think about this. Think about this. How strong? Because
that's questions for y'all, not for me.
Well, you've been in a long-term relationship, and you know.
No, you could tweak it to you to be like, of course, I have my imaginary wife, and what?
What would you to your future wife or your future couple?
Because this is good because we get your idea of it as a guy who isn't married. Then we have a guy who's been married for 15 years. You have a guy who's been married. We've been married for less. Well, you're a little.
I'm
like 2 or 3 years after me.
Well, I think we got everything. I mean, you've been divorced.
No,
okay. So we got a single guy.
Good rats.
We got
banging bitches.
Banging bitches.
So we got a single guy.
A
guy that. How many times you got married?
We've only been married once for 7 years.
7 years.
And I've been married 5.5 years.
5.5.
One time.
Okay.
One time, yeah.
And you've been married twice?
No, once.
Oh,
once also.
15.
Yeah, so we've all been once. We have been once.
But we have age.
But I guess
we have someone from a different country, another culture,
a whole other culture,
a whole lifestyle of differency, and then we have like us being grown up and Americanized and all that kind of stuff. So it's good.
That's my thing, because I feel like women don't understand men. So how would you pretty much
only one?
No. And that's only one because it's four of us. It's 4 of us.
Bad thing though?
What?
Like women not understanding men.
Yeah, because we don't understand them. When it comes in, at the end of the day, like we don't understand them.
That's like on some higher level shit. Like that's just the way natural. That's the way it's supposed to be.
It is, but I'm asking you one thing because
we're trying to fix this problem.
Yeah, we're trying to fix this problem because, like I said, I felt like to a certain extent, Princess Diana didn't understand.
I think she was just dog and bull.
I think she was trying to get out.
She's dog and bull for the credits, for the likes.
Man, that's a lot of wine, bro.
Is it a lot?
Yo, you're gonna be trash.
Yeah, that's a lot of wine, bro.
I think Carlos.
You want some?
You want some of this?
Let me get some.
Actually, he's looking.
Go ahead. Or how much you want?
No. He wants it from the bottle. He wants it from the bottle. He's like, fuck that drink that yourself, bro.
You know what? I'll share with you, buddy. This is how much I love you.
Just a little bit.
So yeah, so I want you to really think just one thing that you would want to teach a woman. About you.
I don't want to teach women.
Yeah, no, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about one thing. I'm not talking about everything. Well, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to say tell your secrets.
I think this is a learning thing for women. Like,
but women never learn though. It's just like guys never learn.
So if I was going to give women a softball,
what you will wish your wife or couple or woman know about you?
Me? No, it's not so much about me. Just about.
I feel my wife knows this. Or I hope she does, but I don't know. Maybe she doesn't. But I would say for all women dealing with men, you have to let the man be the man.
Okay. All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Now, I know it's a little tough for women who are like straight, burn my bra, hairy armpits, that kind of, what are they called?
Fucking feminists.
Feminists. Like a feminist. Right, yeah. To kind of understand that, but I think it's harder for women that way because here's the thing: like I feel that men have jobs and roles in relationships and families and life.
Are you being sexist?
That's for you to determine. I'm just telling you what I feel.
You know what? I think he's right. I mean, even in nature, like
you're saying that there's a role.
Exactly.
There's a role for everything. Like. As a man, there's certain things that you got to do that your woman can't. I mean, they could, but they're probably not prepared.
Yeah, and also to speak on that, it's like it's natural. There's just certain like there is a difference. There's a difference between there's a physical, scientific, boom. There it is. Facts that women are different from men. Yeah, as far as physicality. What chemicals run through our bodies, what chemicals run through them naturally. There's just a difference.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I mean, can I sit here and look at all three of you and say you agree?
I agree. I agree.
You
I
agree.
agree.
You agree.
Yes.
I
So
agree.
that fact alone leads on to the next part of that. Men will then be naturally better at doing certain things,
I agree with that too.
hunting, whatever it may be.
Now, but there's also women that could do it, but it's not.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
not
I mean,
saying
you get
that
those
women
weird-
can't do it. Yeah.
Sometimes you get those weird freak women that are like barbarian Amazon types
I know about them.
that can physically compete with another man on a physical level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
not what
but-
we're talking about. We're
but-
just
yeah,
talking
this is what
about
I'm-
more of a supportive.
No.
Yeah,
Well, nonetheless, is what I'm trying to say is like, yes, there's some women that can physically be a firefighter. Yes, there's some women that can do the army, but most percentage of women cannot do those physical
Exactly.
tasks.
Yes.
And the same thing on the flip. Like you have guys
or
that,
they're not mentally.
that women are
prepared
just
for that.
better at, some of them, they are better
Yeah.
at planning. They're better at solving
Yeah.
things, all these kind of things. And men aren't. There's some men that are good at that, but most of them can't. So what I'm
Right.
trying is what I'm getting at is like there is a difference. There are roles for men and there's roles for women. And when you're coming into a relationship, it's kind of the yin and yang. It's an energy. It's a high and a low, and it fits together.
Right.
What the men bring in, the women lack, and what the women bring in, the men lack.
lack,
And that's
yeah.
why it's at that yin and yang, that perfect
Yeah.
energy.
So,
Damn, my man.
so
my
on your
fucking man.
I mean, what you're saying is that's what you want your your wife to know,
Well,
or to
no.
respect, or to.
I think that's a public service announcement for everyone. I think men should look at it the same way. Like, there's certain things that women are just honestly good at. And there's something you
Right.
need to step back and let the woman be the woman in that case.
So the
Right.
basis of it is pretty much we're supposed to pretty much complement each other.
Yes. I mean, well, to understand that, this might be a moment that the man needs to be a man or needs to be the man or once should be the man. Like how he gets there and his travel to get there, and if you motivate him to do those things, not every man is going to be like, this is the time for a man to step up, or I need to step up.
Right.
Like if your girl gets her ass smacked in the club, like that's a man up moment. Do you fight or do you flight?
What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? No,
All right.
but I mean that's one, and also like most guys might feel like pumping gas, cutting grass.
Yeah, I gotta
like
pump
those
gas all the
things. Like to
time.
me, I feel like it's kind of more of a man thing.
Right.
Like
Yeah, I can't have my
my wife,
progress.
if she's by herself, of course she's gonna pump her gas. But if I'm there, I'm gonna step out in the cold and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna say,
Right.
"Oh,
Yeah.
Oh okay. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
you
you
know,
got
I mean,
to.
that's on a lower level.
Yeah.
But also, like when someone disrespects your wife in public, what are you gonna do as a
Oh,
man?
nah,
You fight
bro,
or you
fuck
flight?
that.
Well,
Yeah.
but you
know
know
what I
what?
mean?
There's
But that's a man moment.
you know what? I had a conversation with a friend about it, and about that subject. He's
Which subject?
The getting on
disrespectful?
respectful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So his wife, they were in a party or something like that, and the wife, some guy come over, and start talking to the wife, and
Inappropriately. Inappropriately.
No, at the beginning it was like nicely, and
friendly.
then
Yeah.
then he started
Changed.
getting nasty.
Was he drunk?
Yes.
Okay.
So
That's tough, though,
My
sometimes.
friend,
No,
my
it's not.
friend was like. So my friend was like, he says, I know how. I mean, she could defend herself, and she did. She smacked the shit out of the guy. But I mean, there's certain women that they don't like us to, fight for her for that.
Like take over because they can do it themselves.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they feel like.
I can see that too. I can see that. Like if my wife can defend herself in
But
a
like
club,
like you say before, it's like those really weird cases. It's
Yeah,
not
I mean, like you have some. So, like in that situation, it would determine on the relationship and what is understood upon. Like, I don't think most. I don't want to say. I think now that I'm thinking about, I'm speaking for people, but like me if I was a woman, I wouldn't feel like if my man were to step in to a discussion or an altercation or something like that and handle it, I wouldn't be like walking back like, why the fuck
Why-
did you do that?
okay.
I'm a woman. I could do it myself. That's so strong feminist women. Most people would say, all right, it's
Yeah,
squash. Thank you for settling that,
Right.
and then we move on.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So like if the woman gets mad at that point, then I don't know. Like you got something on your hands then.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
But even if she's like a strong woman, I feel like if the dude stepped in and handled it, the same thing. Like
I think it's still part of our. I mean, I don't want to say job, but part of being a man.
A part of being a man.
Yeah. I mean, you're protecting your
I guess you can call it your property.
No,
you don't want to say your wife is your.
That's strong.
No, man, you're hitting a lot.
That's a touchy one.
All right, so
it's okay with you. Does your wife? Is okay with you?
I think my wife feels like I'm her property.
No, it's the other way around.
No. I'm saying, and vice versa.
Well, maybe is it? I think property is a strong word.
It is a strong word, but
well,
you're talking understand what you're saying.
Well, you're talking with real estate people.
Yeah.
This is my property.
Exactly. Property.
Yeah, that's true.
That means like
I didn't think about it that
But
way.
you know what? Let's call the appraisal and see.
Like how much is he worth? No, but seriously, she feels that like if a woman oversteps her boundaries,
well, yeah, that's my
on
man.
your property. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah,
okay.
But when you say by property, it makes the man feel little.
No.
Even though the other way around too. The other way around too. You know?
Yeah, I understand.
But I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So my thing is what women should know about man. So you're pretty much saying that you got to be my yin to my yang.
Well, no, it's not. Well, yeah, it is like that, but it's more like when
that's
these
the one
moments
thing.
step up. Like case in point, I know nowadays things kind of change because we had a water heater blow, right? Mm-hmm. And some people would sit there and say that's a man's job. You call the people, blah 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 blah. Well, I'm fucking at work. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
my wife took care of it.
Yeah,
she bounced the course information back and forth. So it's like it's not to the point on that level like dudes need to handle everything. But there are some certain things in life that men need to be men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And moms and women need to be women and moms. You know what I'm saying? Like they just naturally take care of children better. So like most of the time I would feel like my wife handles a lot of our children's things before she'll bounce things off of me, but she knows when they're having classes, who's their teacher's names and all that kind of shit. I'm dropping them off. I'm saying hi to people, but I don't.
But now you're going into a second
question.
What a woman should know.
It's kind of the same.
You're going to be the yin for my yang, and now now you're saying that a woman should be about the teachers, be about time, about this. Hold on.
I don't want to say that. I feel that women are naturally better at those certain things. But
I agree.
Each individual person, of course, is good and bad at certain things also.
Yeah.
If they're not a communicator, a woman that's not a communicator doesn't mean that she doesn't love her kids any less than a mom that can communicate.
Right.
And then if the dad steps in the role and he's the communicator, then that's fine.
You know what? But we could leave it for another day. Another idea of a subject came up that we could talk about this. Because I had a big discussion with my wife about this thing. No, I don't want to cut it out. I don't want to cut it out because it's gonna be long.
Halfway there.
But anyway, so coming back to the question, I think on my side, I think that something that I want to let my wife know, and
she's gonna watch this.
Yeah, I know. That's why I gotta be careful.
That's only if you show her where the link is.
Don't show her.
Find out.
Let her find it by herself.
Yeah. I think it's that well, first of all, the complimenting thing is that's important, but I think also that something that I see in my relationship is that our job is not well. And let me rephrase it. Being a dad is not that important, or they don't put it as important. I know. There's a lot of people gonna be like, especially women's. They're gonna be like.
So you're saying that she's downplaying the dad role?
Certain certain
situations.
Yeah. Like for example. And
I got to get an example.
And then and this is
give me the exact one.
Oh my God, Carlos, you about to bring something?
No,
I know.
He's about to bring something in my soul right now.
He's saying something.
He's saying something real.
Dads
go through
relate to, but we don't know. Like we're on a different level. His kids are 14, 13?
14 and 12. Yeah.
So his kids are way older. Your
I'm
kids,
about to relate to him
you have,
right now. I
You
think
have
I
a
feel-
fucking range of kids.
Yeah, I have a range of kids.
I have
and
my
and
oldest
think I
is
feel like
4 years old, so
I feel like I know what he's about
like
to
I
say.
feel
and
like
I'm
what you're
feeling
saying,
it.
but I may not feel it the way he is feeling it. You
So
know?
this
Carlos,
is the-
go ahead,
this
go
is-
ahead,
And this motherfucker don't got no kids.
Sorry.
Hey.
He's got a dog.
But
But no, this is
Yeah,
this
hey,
is
it
this
works
is
with
good
dogs
for
too.
you, Alon.
This
Nice
is
kid.
like when you talk to your grandfather and you talk to your uncles and they give you those little bombs, those little nuggets of information.
Right. It's just
And you're like, you know what? When I have my kids or when I have my wife, like, yo, I remember that time we talked about that shit. This is exactly what's fucking happening. But go ahead. So tell us
I'm
the
soaking
situation.
up all the information. man.
Yes, just soak it up.
Soaking it up.
All right. No, I just all right. So this is
No,
the
go ahead.
question.
Okay.
This is the question that I put it to you guys, and I asked
Is
to
it-
my wife. It's the same
Oh,
thing.
we're getting a question. Okay.
Yeah. So does the father and the mother, how to say it? I don't remember. So the father and the mother are the same. ¿Cómo se dice?
Hey, you can say it in Spanish.
Yeah,
Say it in
yeah. I
Spanish,
tried.
maybe
The
Tony
thing
can
is that
translate.
okay, so they got the same la misma influence influence
The influence
the
on the
same
kid.
percent on the kid
50-50.
when you raise them.
Okay.
Is it more important the mother what they think or how they raise them, or is it more important the father how they raise them?
What did
So-
she say?
She say the mother. Right?
But did she say by a lot?
Yeah, no.
Well, she probably didn't say a percentage, right? She
No,
just said-
she didn't
She
say.
just said it's
no,
more.
she said the mother. It don't matter what I do. It don't matter if I'm there or not.
How did you feel when she said that, though?
I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like, so I didn't do nothing. Like I know you
Like
I mean,
you have no
You're right.
influence
That
on
makes
your
you
kids.
exactly.
feel-
So
You feel little.
So yeah. So and that's what I'm saying. This is another freaking.
This is
Yo,
really
you know
good.
what I would have done? I would have done some real fucking
is really
petty
good.
bullshit. I would have brought the kids into the kitchen.
No, you know what?
Sit 'em
I
down.
kind of like did.
Yo, like what have I done for you? And start
No,
pulling
no.
out the whiteboard and
Yeah.
making checks and like, look, mine is equal.
No,
to
but this is the thing though.
This is good.
This is the
Yeah,
thing.
no,
what I'm
no,
talking about.
When we talk about this, just like, you know, if the father figure is not in the family, you know, kids will grow, you know, okay, good. And I was like, no.
yeah,
I said,
There's-
I said, who's
there's stats.
Like, in my
There's stats
exactly
for that.
in my family.
Oh my
I mean, my
God.
family. I'm the strong. I mean, I'm the bad guy. You know, I'm the one who punished the kids, and I'm the one who
Yeah,
put
so-
limits.
So
right?
you're the bad cop. She's the good cop.
Exactly.
Well,
So
that's natural. With-
yeah. Well, no,
No, I'm the opposite. I think I'm the bad cop.
And you know
Yeah.
what?
Here.
My mom told me that it was the opposite too. So I guess I get that from my mom, not from my dad.
So hold on. You said you lost your father young.
Yeah.
You got a stepfather.
No,
So
my
you
mother
just grew
never-
up with your mom by yourself. But that's a different thing, because of course your mom's going to be the punisher and the
she's
disciplinary.
no, no, no.
there.
Disciplinarian, yeah.
Yeah, she's a punisher. There's nothing else.
Well, it's, yeah.
Oh,
it's
man.
tough for a single
yeah,
mom.
it
though.
is. It was. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I'm
can't
not,
blame her
yeah,
for
I don't
being
blame-
like-
I don't blame her at
I
all.
get it,
I love
yeah.
him, mommy.
But if
Mommy,
your
where you
fa-
at?
if your father was there, like he would probably take most of that, and she would be the opposite. So
yeah, but what I'm saying is, and she's like, and she used my mom as a example.
Not fair,
She's
by
like,
the way.
she's like, yeah, but you know, you come out okay. I'm like, and your dad never was there, and I'm
like,
saying,
Mom, you
look,
don't know
look,
that I'm still crazy.
Exactly. No,
Well,
wait.
yeah, does that say that she doesn't know nothing? Like
Well,
you've
she
been
know,
holding on to
that's
some
the thing.
feelings.
That's the thing. I said, look, you know, I mean, she don't know, but I mean, she never met me before. She met me when I was 21, so I already did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you
before
lived your
that.
life.
Yeah, before that. So, so I said, look, I mean, you know, she know one of my best friends, you know, and you know, so he told her pretty much a lot about what we were doing, you know, when we were 16,
misfits
17.
and
So,
yeah.
so she knows my past, kind of. And so I was like, you know my past, kind of. Like you never, I mean, you by for a friend that told you, you know, part of it. So you're saying that my past is good. And she's like, well, but you came out good. I mean, at the end, I'm like, no.
In the yeah, she's
I mean,
not-
like, cause I did. I mean, I lied to my mom a lot. Like, I came out, I escaped from my house many times. Didn't went to school many days.
Yeah.
So I mean,
There's a lot of hidden things.
exactly.
Yeah.
So now, yes, my mom. I know whatever she did a good job. You know, but I think the other side was always needed.
I think you're right, and I think like another way of explaining it, it's like, you know, like not only that, but you are a small percentage of, like, if you have a bunch of other kids that kind of go through the same exact thing that you went through, like everything that you know, that maze that you ran through. Yes, you are a quote unquote good kid, but out of all the percentage of kids could have been that have gone through the same thing that went the opposite direction is probably a higher percentage, because like you said, like, you know, and we all know that men in our lives are important.
Yeah,
and that's exactly
and that's what I think
that's exactly what he's trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
She downplayed the fact that men aren't as important as a woman is
Yeah.
or a
But
mother is.
But I think it's because she's a woman, and
That-
you know,
that's
because
exactly
if
what this
you know,
conversation's about.
like
Yeah.
how important is your dad in your life?
guys, hold on 1 second. The fucking camera stopped. Fuck.
All right,
And we're back.
Sorry about that, guys. The camera's died.
God.
Let's bring it back.
Gotta get our
Carlos was
production
talking.
level up. Donate some dollars.
That's my fault. I should have had the damn thing on a charger and I didn't.
So, Carlos, what was the question you had for us?
I forgot. Nah,
Something about daddies.
Yeah,
It's
no,
a
no.
soft spot for every man.
Well, no, he
I
didn't say
feel-
so much a question. He was just letting
Well, no,
women
he
know
had-
that, yo, father figures are very important.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it
so
converted to a question.
exactly. How
Yeah.
important was your father figure for you guys?
Well,
Like, I mean, you.
But that's the thing. You're telling your wife, like, look, a father figure
is.
is very important to
Exactly.
my, yeah.
But he's
and they
getting
don't
a little bit
understand
more
that.
clarification for himself to know, like, you know what, I'm not the only one.
Well, no, I'm not.
Well, you already know that.
No, well, I'm not. I didn't have one. That's what that you know.
Oh, yeah.
Because I grew up
Because you
with
grew up with the mom.
exactly.
only.
But then my grandfather came in. You know, he used to live in here, United States. Then he moved back to Peru when I was 13, 14 years old.
And he was that father figure.
Kind of,
Kind
but
of.
the tough father figure.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and
Father figure nonetheless.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, like he was the one that, okay, go clean this, go do this, go do that, and then on the weekend, I'm like, hey, Dad, can I, you know, hey, Papa, you know, can I get 5 soles, 10 soles? And he's like, all right, go ahead, you know, because he knew. I mean,
Yeah, he knew.
you know,
yeah.
I gotta get.
That's
you know.
tough, man. That's
Yeah.
tough.
So and then I got the other man figure in my life. It was my cousin. I'm sorry, my uncle, my Uncle Omar, and he was like those you know, the funny uncle.
The Funkle?
Yeah,
They
the
call him the
Funkle.
fun
one-
uncle.
The one
fun
that he
uncle.
goes,
Funkle.
you know, he goes to Peru. He party every fucking
He
day.
slips you a
you know,
cigarette.
and then I was
shows you the nudie magazines.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, so and he start. I remember he first time that he came back from United States, he was fixing papers here, right? And
But
it was when
fixing paper.
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Illegal.
yeah, we could talk about that later.
Fake social.
18. So after he legally leave the country, you know, went back to Peru for like a month or so, and I was like 13, 14, and he brought me everywhere, like, and he knew a lot of people
All
you
over
know.
Peru.
Yes, and so I met a lot of people, so I had fun.
Yeah.
With him, I opened my first bottle of water.
water?
I'm sorry, a beer.
Yeah, a water. A
water,
water.
yeah.
A wink. A nudge.
A beer, and yeah, I mean every time that he come back to Peru, it was party, and
Holy shit.
yeah.
I have my. Go ahead. I want to.
But I want to hear from you guys, because
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have, like, for example, you said, I mean, like in the other episode, you said that your father was, you know, married with your mother at least for 30
Over your whole
years.
life, yeah.
Exactly. So I want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, I want to hear a line, because a line's like the guy, like we always kind of, you know, we poke fun at a line's father's voice,
Oh yeah,
Elaine.
Oh,
And I always had that kind of
his dad used to.
stomach.
He had that
Always
real
talk like
mafia
that.
I'm not gonna lie.
And it
He had
was-
the mafia, that
it was-
mafioso.
Yeah,
It was very distinctive, and we remembered it, stuff like that. But we don't like sitting
Honestly-
here next to you. Like I don't know how your father was to you in your life.
Right. So again, we're trying to express to women.
He's trying
that-
to keep us on
how
subject.
No, no, no,
important.
no, no, I'm trying,
now
no.
you're trying to
This
lose it
is
again,
part of the
Tony.
subject. No, no, no.
Lose it.
This is
but
part of the subject, but it's important for women to know
How
that
important.
how important a man is to a kid's life.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
But you need
my
to
dad was
answer-
important to me.
How important your father
Yeah,
was
so how-
to you
Nah, he-
first before you get there.
Right.
Well, no, he was important. He taught me a lot of things. Like he taught me how to, like oil change in my car, tires. Basically, he taught me like the work principles, like go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Get a job. Become something of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What did he teach you about women, though? Did you ever said anything about women?
Honestly, no. Honestly, me and my dad.
Oh, really?
never-
Y'all never talked about
ask me,
women? Never.
ask me that same question.
Yo, I want to
have
know
one.
these because I got a 14-year-old kid and I want to
No,
know.
you know what? So my
He never said
dad.
anything?
So my dad was really strict on that kind. My dad was a strict. He was strict. He didn't really tell me
Is
anything
he?
about.
I can see him kind of being, but he was so non-confrontational. Like he was just always
so
kind of in
cool.
the
He was
background.
such a
Oh,
cool
no, no, no,
dude.
no, no.
Though.
He was-
He was
yeah,
in the
he was.
background, and
He
when he
was-
talked, he talked. But other than that, he just kind of walked around.
I remember his voice distinctly.
But it's
Get up, son.
Yeah.
but it's like like his dad was kind of like way back there, but his mom was like the yin and yang is what I'm talking about. Like his mom was the opposite. She was always there in your face. Da, 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 da. What do you want? What do you need? What do you want? Like I'm saying, like this woman, like I met her when we were
Kids.
fucking 13, 14.
Wow.
And we kept that going. And every time she saw me, how are you doing? How are your kids?
Yeah, she's yeah.
Food here, eat. And
Yeah.
it's like, you love your mom. But when his dad came in, it was kind of like his dad was just sitting there.
Yeah,
Like, he was
more-
over there.
Yeah,
He didn't say a lot.
Yeah, he didn't.
He
He,
didn't
was
talk a
more
lot.
like the background. He didn't really like. I guess he didn't really social. He
But
wasn't
that's
really
like our
social.
view of it. Like, was he
Yeah, we're
like
talking
that
about you.
even like when everyone
Yeah.
left the party and the door closed, he was the same way?
He was the same way. We never talked about. We never talked about relationships. We
Or-
never
So you
talked
guys
about
never had
sex.
you guys never had that one-on-one like
No,
father and son kind of.
We never did.
Really?
We never did. That kind
Really?
of stuff, like more like we talk about like football, sports, and stuff like that, and stuff. But we never talked
Every
about
day.
like relationships or.
Deep shit.
Yeah, I remember you talking. How about those Eagles?
Now my mom. So to my mom, I talked to my mom about that.
Oh yeah, that's something different.
Well, you gotta understand because I was a mother's. I'm
You're a mama's boy.
Well, yeah, I'm a mama's boy. So I was more closer to my mom than more of my dad.
Right.
So all that stuff, like relationships, I was talking about more with my mom. I tried it with my dad, but I guess my dad wasn't. I guess he didn't really want to talk about it that much. He kind of like just steered me
Yeah.
on. Like,
So how important was your dad in your life?
Was your mom more important than your father?
No,
Oh, you know. Oh my
yeah,
god.
that was kind of like
that's a low.
Oh.
yeah. I can't.
Well, I mean,
You-
this
no,
is
it's
the
not
question.
your
different,
father
bro.
This
My
is the
dad-
question.
no, no, no,
But
right?
no. The
Who's
question,
more important?
The question
No,
is
no.
that wasn't the question. He said, "Is a father figure important in your
Okay,
life?"
exactly.
Yeah, no, yeah, it definitely is. Because like I said, my dad taught me like man stuff, like the household, like
How to be a man,
exactly,
and that's what I'm trying to
handyman.
say.
without being machista, without
Right,
macho
and that
man.
comes from your question. You said,
Exactly.
your wife said pretty much no. The woman is like,
Bro, let me tell you something. Let me tell. No, and this
he's
is
hyped now. He's mad now.
no, I'm serious.
He's gonna fuck something up.
No, but I'm serious, yo. When I was 22 years old, I didn't know how to change my oil on my car.
Oh man,
All right, I
man.
didn't know how to
How
change.
old are you now?
I'm 37.
37.
So he's the same age as us?
Yeah, he's the same age as us.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought you were a little older.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
Thank you.
He's very
that's
mature.
making that like is like shedding light on that though. I'm picturing your story.
This is
All
why
those
he's
little
a
tidbits.
young old guy. That's
He
what I
fits
was
in the
trying to
same
tell
thing.
you.
No,
He
you
fits in the
didn't
same
say that.
category
You just
as
said
us.
Carlos is going to be talking.
Yeah, he
But
understands
nonetheless,
us.
But,
Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, I was 22, 23. I think the first time I changed the oil on my car, I was 28, 29. And I, I got to Google it. I got to call friends and shit. Like, come on. Like, really? Yeah. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, rich people don't do that. I'm not rich.
So here's,
that's different.
all
you
right.
know?
So off that point, I'm going to go. So it takes the same thing. So this shows that everyone here sitting at this table has different life experiences,
Right.
different things they go through.
Right.
So like you never had a father, right? Mm-hmm. Alain has had his father his whole life. I've also had my father the whole life, but my twist that I'm bringing in is that my father is an alcoholic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wait. You want to say this on fucking?
Yeah. No, I'm fine. No,
okay.
I'm not fucking scared. If you meet my father, like, no, he drinks on the weekends. He drinks like to the point that he's like a fucking different person on the weekends.
He is a different person.
So,
yes.
So like kind of touching on kind of what Alain talked about, like what your father gives to you. So my father gave to me is that you work hard and you party hard. So my father
There's no in between.
Yes, my father was a 9 to 5. I'm going to work every day, fucking rain, sleet, or snow. Fucking, you're tired. My car doesn't work. I'm walking to work. You're going to get to work. You're going to work. You're going to get your money.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I get out of work, I don't want to fucking hear shit. I don't want to hear nothing about kids. I don't want to do homework. I'm relaxing to the next day. And then when Friday hits, we're drinking, we're partying, I'm going out clubbing.
That's
I'm doing all that stuff. Getting fucked up to the point.
I mean, I know. I love my uncle Omar. Okay, but
that's how he was.
Yeah,
but it's kind of like that.
How he is. He's still doing the same. I love him, bro. Like, I love you, Omar. But I mean, you gotta slow down a little.
Yeah. So on that level, like, so it's like that's what I took away from my father. It's like hardworking, always providing, all this stuff. But then my mom on the other side took care of everything else, and that was overwhelming. And there's a lot and shit like that. But like on the flip side, my father was there alive in person all the time, but he wasn't there for those critical steps that were, I guess I'll call them, like what you're talking about, like
milestones,
fucking changing your oil, changing a tire, tying a tie,
right?
All those like those fucking things. My father was there, and he didn't teach me those things because those two things are the only thing on his mind: working and then drinking. So, like, thank God that I was in Delaware in America with the internet and YouTube, because YouTube fucking taught me everything about being a quote-unquote man that we were talking about.
YouTube came out when you were, what, 22?
Very young, yeah. 23? But when I was popping off, when I was starting to get into that 22, 23, 24, you could go, how the fuck do you tie a tie? And you see a motherfucker sit there and tell you step by step how to tie a tie.
Damn, you know what? I don't know who taught me how to tie a tie.
Yeah. So
was it my dad?
It's the same thing. Like my dad would tie a tie.
It's not about that. I mean, it could be tie, but it's about a lot of things.
Those,
it's about the little things.
This is what I'm saying. But those are those things, though. They build up. Like you may not like. You can't do what the wife does with the kids. Being there, kissing a boo-boo, that emotional, let me hold you until you fall asleep, that kind of shit. We're just not built for that.
It's the
but we could.
But
we could
men provide.
I did a couple times.
Well, yeah, I mean
it could be
a couple
done.
times, yeah,
it can be done.
But it's not
when they're older.
Yeah.
It's like,
but it's just not. It's just kind of like we're thinking about working. We're thinking about providing.
Yeah.
So in those cases where we need to be those parents of like, son, this is how you change your oil. Those things can get lost. And they were thrown way on the wayside with me growing up. Do I frown upon that of my father now? Yes, I do. I sit there and say, that's some shit.
Yeah, because you're a dad now.
Because I'm a dad now. Not only that, I'm a dad and an uncle. So like, and this is where I will see where my point of view is, or where I'm coming from, is because I have nephews that aren't even blood nephews, but they're nephews that I've seen grow up since they were 8 years old. To the point that when they get to 21. and like they have a drink and I'm there. You know, they
like you
reference that 2 years later, and they're like, "Yo," and you know, like Uncle Enrique was there, and he's the one that bought me my first drink.
Right.
You know, and we laugh about it and stuff like that. But that is that that male role model. That I'm not his father, and yeah, his father could have been there, and he could have barged in. But it was a moment I saw that I was like, this is something that you shouldn't do by yourself. I should be your guidance.
Yeah.
As a male in your life,
as a male figure, older figure,
right?
Yeah.
So like he looks at it as a positive. Like he'll sit there and say, you know what, you're not my blood nephew, or excuse me, you're not my blood uncle, but you're on that level. Like everything that has happened in my life, I've bounced off of you. You've given me good advice. Things have moved forward, and I see that also with other young people in my life, like not just my nephew, but my I have technicians I work underneath me for my job, and they're all like 20, 21, 22. So like seeing, kind of guiding them through a conversation also, like, you know what, oh, I have all this money, I don't have a house, I don't have a wife, I don't have kids, like, like should I just go out and buy like this super big sports car? And he's kind of like, you know what,
chill.
No, chill. Like as a guy who has a house now and has kids now, this is what things are going to be coming up for you in the future that you need to be ready for now. So it's still a guidance. So yeah, I'm not his father, and yes, he gets father things from his father, but you pull those things from other people around you. So like what I'm getting at is like, yes, my father quite wasn't the essential father figure and all those things that were provided, but I luckily, thank God, knocking on plastic, knocking on wood and all this other shit, I had other men in those roles for me to help guide me and at least let me know what is expected of a man. So like luckily I had an uncle who was a great carpenter who taught me all my tools, taught me a hammer, taught me a screw, taught me like there is a tool for every job and to do it right and this and stuff. And then I have another uncle who's been in a marriage for long, so to understand how a marriage. My father was never married to my wife, so I was I'm a bastard. To my mom. So I'm a bastard. So like to understand, like, yeah, they're together, but they're not married. Why are they married? That whole confusion of understanding of, should I have a wife? Like, do I need to marry? Like, all that kind of stuff. And then, so I have luckily I have an uncle who's been married for a long time to understand, like, you know what, that's what I want. Like what my mom and what my father have is good, but I want more for that for myself. So like kind of, riding that maze through things and having all these experiences and around me that made me to where I am. So like how you say, like, yes, you are a good person with your wife, and as far as all the things you've been through, I'm the same way. Yes, I'm a good person, but luckily I guided that line.
So you are that that minority of people that grow up with alcoholic.
Yes, I grew up with an alcoholic father who was always there, but still didn't provide those key steps that we were talking about, so that help you to say that you are a man.
Right.
Like, yeah, I had my first beer, with my father because that was the things he was into.
Yeah, exactly.
But like tying a tie, that was like one of those moments when I was like really sitting in front of a mirror,
one of those milestones where he
why
wasn't
the fuck am I doing this by myself?
Yeah.
And at that point it was more like anger, but I got through it because of YouTube. So I don't. Yeah, it's a negative on my father, but I know to myself that when my kid's ready for his first prom or his,
exactly,
I'm like, yo, this is how you tie a tie. Exactly.
You learn how not to be, or you learn.
So it was a learning lesson.
Right.
So that I still feel like, yes, men should do that. But although my father didn't do that, I still moved forward and got to where I need to be. Yeah, but I still know that.
But we still got the other 90% of people that grew up with the same situation and didn't make it, or not didn't make it. I don't want to say that. It's just decide to go to another route, and they're not living good, or I don't know.
But most of those guys like blame the fact that they don't have a father, right?
And that's the thing. That's what I was telling my wife.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was telling my wife.
I can see that because I feel like fathers bring structure to your life.
Even though they're I mean, because I know people that they live almost all their life with their parents separated.
Yeah,
But
and I think that's me.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm
Me.
sorry. I did.
I think that's
didn't-
me.
Yeah, well, go ahead, Tony. Tell me your story.
Yeah,
Tell me, tell
No,
me
it's
your
all-
truth.
I don't want to cut off a story.
No, it's a good point.
No.
but he brought a good point up.
It was a good point because I met people like that, but they told me both of parents were in their life, like to get. I mean, like of course, like
Simultaneously or whatever,
Yeah, exactly. And they became like a good person, and they like one of my friends. He got like 12 years marriage, and he born on a separate, for a separate couple. So father and mother always separate since he was born.
That's
gotta be tough.
But that makes me think now. It's like
But then he was living in,
two separate houses, two separate families.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, that's a different situation.
I know, but at least it works though,
It worked out.
because the father figure and the mother figure, make him what he is right now, and he got a 12-year-old marriage, and he's good.
It's
He
working
got
out.
2 kids too,
Yeah.
and
See,
I think it depends on the person.
yes,
that's also true.
it depends on the person, and I think that there's no in this situation there is no yes or no black and white. Like it's like there is to a point where all 4 of us would consider ourselves good people, right? Yes, we're it's not bullshit. So like from what you discussed, yes, you turned out to be a good person. So to me, it's like that bar of being a good person.
When I say good person, I've not been arrested.
Yes,
that's
exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, you're a good person. You have some understanding of morals.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fucking you don't go around with your muddy shoes walking around. You have some idea of understanding. So I would say all of us are good people. Yes, but after you pass that line, where do we lie as far as within the realm of good people?
Yeah.
So that's when all those other little things kind of guide us to say a certain person. I don't want to sit there and say like, I'm better than anyone else, but
no,
like I'm
that's
at,
part of
what I'm
being
saying?
good.
Like, I'm a
It's not
70,
feel like
80.
you're better.
Like your experience might make you a 90, 95 good person, and I might be like barely making it over 70 good
Let me
person.
tell you a story.
Just because of what I was brought up with. Yeah, you had your father your whole life and he was great. Or he could have been the fucking, little league coach and he was there cutting orange wedges and getting Gatorade and like that straight father, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like to me, I was like, yeah, luckily I have my fucking uncle that helped me push me across the line to make me a good person. So you know what I mean? Like, yes, we're all good people, but it's still a different level inside of there where everyone rests. So it's not like a fucking finish line where you pass.
Right.
Because like your situation, having a dad that not even in the picture necessarily, like you have to go where you do weekends or whatever with your father. Go ahead, Tony. Tell me your story.
Yeah, please, Tony, talk.
I mean, I know it, but I want you to tell the listeners.
Okay. No, my dad has actually been there more than most people think, but he also wasn't. Does that make sense? It's kind of weird. It's
it
so
doesn't.
it was, yeah, I kind of get it.
Mathematically,
Like
your
it
perception
you
was,
kind of get it.
it
like,
was there, but not sometimes.
not always
on
there.
The more
Let me-
important thing.
So
probably.
let me, so let me break
Start
it down.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
Your first memory of your father.
So let me break it down. Like, I've always loved my dad. I saw him. I hugged him. I show love. Like, you respect your dad because he is
He's your father.
Father.
No.
hold on.
It's not even so much that. He is I think the core. He is the strongest man. He is like the biggest man.
Oh, in your mind as a child.
Yeah, yeah.
He's fucking Superman.
Right.
Yeah.
As a child, you think
I
he's
get
the
that.
biggest thing ever. Like,
Oh my God, I hope my kids think that I'm fucking Superman.
Me too.
right.
I'm
And-
thinking. I'm thinking that.
But you know how crazy that sounds because
No, that's not crazy. That
no,
makes total
because
sense.
my kids see that in me, and I'm like, yo, I'm only a 5'9" guy. Like, I'm not. I only weigh 100
your kids need to
pounds.
get out the house.
I'm a 5'4".
Yeah, and
But
that's what I'm saying. Is like my kids see me as this big figure, and I'm nothing near that.
Well,
And I
we're
used
all
to think
human.
about that.
well, that's
we're all
what you
human.
think.
Right. That's
But-
what they think. But
No, that's what you think.
no, I don't think that.
I have
think
a question
my
for you,
kids think
Tony.
that.
Your father, was he there? When did your father leave the
I
house?
was about to bring that up.
Well, that's
Okay.
what I'm trying to get to.
Why-
Because we
yeah,
got to keep this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Keep this
I
going.
know, Tony, you're a superhero to your kids. I get it. So am I.
Anyway,
All right, you might be
I felt
Batman,
that
I'm
about my
fucking
dad.
Superman.
But anyhow, my dad has been around since I was little up until my my parents divorced. My parents divorced at like 12 ish.
They were married young.
They were married young. They were. My mom had me at
12 years is still a long time.
16.
For you to
Yeah,
have your
exactly.
father around.
Yeah.
You have like some real solid memories.
Yeah. So my dad had me, or my mom had me at 15 or 16 years old. Yeah, she was young. Like, she was the baby herself. My dad was about 18 or so when, when I was born. He was around. He disappeared every so often. But like you said, like he was there, but he wasn't there. But he was there enough for the milestones. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
So he did the fucking
The tire
oil change
was
and
her.
those memories.
Well, maybe not that, but maybe some, he
not
talk-
directly the oil change.
Yeah.
Like I had to learn that myself. But just
well, tell
how
me
to
what you're
be
talking about.
No, I'm about to tell you how to be a fucking man.
Exactly.
Like, yo, we used to I'll give you a story. My dad used to live in Wilmington on the west side, as you know.
Throw out. Now you guys know exactly where we're at.
Well, Wilmington, Delaware.
Yeah, I'm talking like
hood?
west side hood.
For those who don't know
Delaware.
Delaware, so of course
Wilmington
we're all
is the
living in
biggest city in Delaware.
Yes, and I think the last 2 years ago, it was like murder capital.
Yeah.
It was the murder
Yeah,
capital. Yeah.
2018. Yeah.
For the capital, for the population of people we
Yeah.
have here, and the murders we have is like the highest throughout the country.
Yeah, it's probably I think the second.
Higher
or
than
third.
Chicago.
Yeah.
So-
So we're up there.
So let me
So
tell you,
Wilmington has a very bad area, which is the west side.
At the same
of
time, where
Wilmington.
Bob Marley grew up, right?
yeah, Bob Marley grew up here. Yeah,
Bob Marley.
but that was what Bob
There's a
Marley
couple-
times.
yeah, it was a little bit different times.
Yeah,
but let me
your dad
so
grew
let
up
me
in
tell you,
in a tough neighborhood.
Yeah. They grew up so I guess my grandmom came from Puerto Rico in the 60s during the whole the riots. I don't know if you guys know any about the riots back when they killed Martin Luther King. There was
straight?
riots
Yeah,
here.
okay,
Did
yeah.
she
That's
come
when they first
straight
came
to Delaware.
from No. They were in Philly at first and then they moved to
They
Delaware.
moved down.
But
That's
anyway,
what happened with my family.
so let me tell you, my dad taught me how to be a man. Like I can't stress this enough. Even though he wasn't always there, he was a fucking man. Like he was the macho machismo guy that I needed in my life.
So he was enough.
Right.
He was on the right
portrayed
time.
When
He
you
told
word it
me-
like that, I can see that. I mean,
wanna-
like
I
think
don't
about
wanna
my
use-
father.
Yeah,
like,
because he didn't teach me everything, but he taught me enough. Like, yo, you are the head of the household, right? I mean,
hold on. So when you say
Oh,
that,
shit,
like
don't-
men
Wait.
as a man should be the head of the household, or
The man should be the
I am
house-
the head of the household because I'm the father.
no, the man should be the head of the household, and my dad taught me that. And you know what?
Verbally, did he tell you that?
Yes.
I
And my
know.
wife said the
So he
same
had a
thing.
fucking class.
I know.
My
a lot
wife
of-
said the same thing to me. You are the head of the household. So think about that for a second. My dad was right because my wife thinks that I am the head of the household.
Okay, I am.
No,
Wait. I'm agreeing with you. It's
Okay.
it's just how you gotta be.
No,
you gotta be a
this is
little
the
careful
thing.
how you
No,
say
I'm
that.
not saying that my wife
This is-
opinions
I'm
don't
not-
matter or what.
No.
No. I'm not talking about that.
I'm talking about
The main
forcefully.
idea.
Like, yo, if a person knocks on my door, guess who's answering the door? I fucking am.
and she expects you to.
Exactly. And I expect myself
Well,
to.
that's-
Yeah.
that's-
My
Well,
wife
that's-
is not answering that fucking door.
That's kind of the same thing when I lean towards when I was talking about
Right,
our
it goes back
discussion.
to
It
what
was
you-
like,
what
you
you
know,
were
like
saying.
there's roles.
I don't want people
There
who
is
hear
rules.
us that we're machistas and
No,
all that.
we're not.
It's
We're-
just
No,
and
we're
that's
all-
where we come back to the other episode.
We're all on the same side.
No,
Exactly.
And,
It's
and
just-
exactly.
it's just
We're
about
not trying to be machismo.
Exactly.
Like, it's just,
But there are some women who
That may take it
feel
that
like, you know what, I can answer the fucking door.
And I
No, and
respect
there's-
that though.
Or this house
my
is
wife
split
won't.
50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife.
I
she's-
just feel like I need to answer the door. I need to mow the lawn. I
Yeah.
need to take the trash out. I need to discipline my kids in a certain way that
I feel-
a woman cannot.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely like good for you to say that you're on the same level as your wife. Like you have your
Right. You
guys are in
responsibilities
the
that,
same-
that you
same-
grew up with, right? Like for a guy who may have grown up like the way we've grown up and then
Right.
meets a woman who's super independent and feminist or whatever. That,
And my wife is that.
that's a tougher
I don't
tougher
know.
My wife
debate.
is independent.
Exactly.
She really is.
That's
Well, I
bro.
mean, she's independent, but she understands. What I'm trying to say is that she understands where your role
She
is.
knows the role of the family.
She understands the role of a man.
Right.
Right.
She
what
does.
I'm trying to say is for women who don't quite understand the role of a man, this day and age, they're definitely like pumping them up to be like, you know what, speak your mind, do your, be you.
You're saying women.
Women, right?
Okay.
So if for a guy who feels that he needs to be these certain things, and he comes into a relationship with a woman who feels that like you need to take a couple step back on some of these subjects because I'm a woman and I can handle my own. Like that's a different fight.
That's
it
a
wouldn't
different
be
family.
as easy. But
I'm talking about my family.
But I'm talking about people. Yeah, you are talking about your family.
I'm talking about my family. I'm not talking about anybody
I
else's
thought
family.
that
That's true too. Yeah,
I'm
you're
talking
right.
about I'm talking about my
But
family.
I guess I'm thinking about those guys who are
No,
coming
but-
into this
and that's okay.
that might be thinking like, you know what, I'm in that situation.
It could
where
be 50-50.
my wife's
It could
trying-
be a woman taking
Yeah,
control of a man. That's
what
okay.
I just want. What I want to just I don't want people who hear this think that
That you're an asshole.
No, you're talking about
future
you.
customers. I have future
No, just kidding.
customers.
No. That we are machistas or
We're
macho
not.
men. No,
Yeah,
we're not.
we're
It's
not.
just
We kinda
how our
are.
family.
No, we're
We're
not.
not. No,
We're
we're not.
not.
You just
Yo,
said no.
Yo,
hold
if
on.
my wife said, "Yo, I want to cut the grass,"
Guys, you gotta hear
fuck
the,
it.
the
Go
the-
ahead.
the-
You go
the-
do
Yeah, so you
The
can
last
sit there and say
episode.
that, but you know exactly when you sit there and you have your wife out there struggling.
When
you're
you
like, yo,
say,
no,
wait,
I
hold
feel
on a
it.
second, and you are contradicting yourself because no, I'm serious. But because when you said that each person in the family, being a man or a woman and kids, got their own
roles.
then
Yeah.
now wait.
Yes, that's
now
true.
each family decide which role you're gonna be.
Exactly.
Now in Tony's family and my family too, because I feel like my wife is the same or think the same as Priscilla. The man's supposed to answer the door. The man's supposed to cut the grass. The man's supposed to change the oil. The man's supposed to have the outside
Right.
of the house ready.
Right.
And this is our experience, right?
Right.
And that's the role that we as a
that we
individual
take.
family decide
Yeah.
and take,
Yeah.
right? So, and that's why I want everybody to hear this. We're talking about our life. We're not generalize this idea.
Generalization. Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
That's.
And-
I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
put
yeah.
that-
I
You
agree
wanna
with
put it out
that,
on
but
the table.
my original argument was like for the people that are on like you said, you're luckily I would say thank
Yeah.
God you're blessed that your wife sees everything the way you see it.
Exactly.
Same thing with Tony. And luckily my wife is on the same page with me, but for like someone who
Yeah,
is
I get it.
experiencing that bumping of heads, like you know what, like woman, like
Yeah,
let me
no,
be
no.
a man. Like sit back, let me do
No.
these things.
But women do that. Like my
Yeah.
wife does that to me sometimes.
Also-
Sometimes I bump my head.
But
Like,
yeah,
I'm
but,
like, yo, like,
but
what-
like I said, like there's certain things that are okay, and then there's certain things that you like draw the line and say like this is definitely something that I need to do as a
Right.
father, as a husband, as a man.
I don't let my wife pump her own gas.
Right. So I'm saying like that is
When you're there, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
when
there's
I'm
certain
there.
there are certain lines.
I
Of course,
refuse.
nowadays those lines have been blurred
It's
because
like open the door to a woman when you go to a
Yeah,
car.
Opening a
I
door.
don't.
Right now?
Yo, I don't
Like-
sit down. I don't
like-
sit down
like-
before my wife does.
That's the thing. This is some and that's a
see, to me, I don't think that's a big thing. Like,
that's a perfect example of being machista or feminista, either or.
yeah.
Because the feminist movement, they don't allow you to open the door for them. Why?
Just
because
Because they want to open. I mean, that's
they're
fine.
showing dominance.
But
or
see
whatever,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's a good.
But to me, like if we have those thoughts, like it's leaning towards machismo, like what we're
Kind
talking
of.
about.
I mean,
So
I'm
that's
not
that's why I sucked my
No.
teeth and was like, well, kind of. We are kind of we are going down that line that
you can see that
everything is could be considered machismo, even though like
right.
like even though we all would sit there and say yes. If my wife wants to change her oil, like my wife said plenty of times, I want to learn how to change my oil in case, God forbid, something happens to you. I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, but when the oil needs to be done, I'm not sitting there saying, "Come on, honey." I'm just punching out the fucking oil. I'm doing
Yeah,
the oil.
exactly. Yeah.
Like in my eye, yes, ideally,
Ideally.
idealistic,
Idealistic.
Like thinking, yeah, it's a good thing for you to know how to fucking change a tire. Yes, it's a good thing to know how to change the oil.
Right.
If I had a daughter, I would want her to learn and know those
Hell
things.
yeah.
Right.
That's
But
what
also on the same tip is like, if I had a daughter, which I don't, I only have men, so you know, but I would want her to expect a certain, like, you know what? I want you should expect that that these guys should handle guy things, or you know, a man should handle man things. Yes, you should know how to do it, and if you want to do it, go ahead, fucking do it. But I expect him, as your husband, as a guy who's taking care of my daughter,
right,
to say,
Princess.
Right.
You don't got to worry about that.
No, right.
I'm
Because
gonna handle that.
I would expect, like, if my daughter brought a guy over, I want the man to shake my hand firmly.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to respect me.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to put me on a pedestal. I mean, what father wouldn't, right?
Pedestal.
Bro,
No,
I want him to be like, yo, this
I-
motherfucker's the guy that I want
To
to
me,
be.
I feel like
No, I mean they got another father at home.
yeah,
So
no,
it's
but,
not.
but respect
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's
your
a different thing from
girlfriends.
Yeah.
It's
or
like
wife
respecting
or-
is like, you know, I'm gonna come in your house and shake your hand as a man. But
Yeah.
I ain't gonna put you on a fucking pedestal.
Well,
You gotta
I'm-
earn that.
Exactly.
I'm saying
Yeah, that's
not so
true,
much
too.
a pedestal. I mean, maybe I went a little bit hard on that.
Yeah,
but
you did. You strong ass fucking word.
It was a little strong.
Well,
but
he got six.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
7 girls, right?
Well,
Yeah.
he's got. He wants to be on a
yeah,
pedestal.
I mean,
so
6 girls.
Yeah, I got 6 girls.
So yeah.
So trust me,
Shit,
Yes,
I'm gonna
that's
have a
right,
lot of
ladies and gentlemen.
marriages.
6.
Yeah.
He said 6
Yeah,
girls.
6. We said
Six.
6.
I got a lot of marriages. That's one problem,
Yeah.
That's a problem.
How the fuck you're gonna do that?
bro. That's gonna be a problem as a dad,
Yeah.
and even as a stepdad. That's gonna be a problem for me
a
because
lot of money.
sharing that,
That
you know,
Yeah.
that time.
experience. and
But
time,
anyway, fuck, where are we?
lost.
I got lost. But it's. I think a man, like you said, should have certain roles, especially if I'm a father of my kids. Like, I would expect that kid or that man that's with my daughter, which makes me sick to my stomach to think about it.
When I'm thinking about my father-in-law,
Yeah. I would expect him to be a fucking grown ass man that can change his own oil, that can wipe his own ass, that can take
Yeah,
care of his
you-
kids and take responsibility.
you hope those things, and of course nowadays with everything is popping off, like, you know, you can't expect every boy to do that, but that doesn't show that he doesn't love the girl.
Unless
less.
he got $1 million in the bank.
Yeah.
Shit. You
But,
gotta
like,
do that.
I don't know. The only thing I can think of thinking about that is the moment where I verbally heard him say, and I heard stories floating around. Like, there's this one moment that we had this blizzard. Fucking, I don't know, it was a few years ago. We had this super big blizzard. I had my fucking FJ Cruiser. Me and Lauren started, we were dating. We were, you know, she just started working at this other company, and she had to go to work.
Right.
So it's like, you know, talking on her on the phone, she needs to go to work. You need to go to work. All right. Your work is all the way by me. You live all the way out in Bumble. All right. So I got in my truck and I drove over there, picked her up, delivered her to work,
Delivered
her because she didn't do shit. She just sat in the car. I was sitting there struggling with sand and snow and everything like that.
Right.
Got her to work. You know, worked like 3 hours and they sent her home.
Oh my
But
God.
regardless, I picked her up, took her back, you know, got her everywhere safely. That moment, I was thinking of as nothing. This
Right.
is something as a boyfriend I'm going to do for you. This is something you need to get. I want you to get there safe. I have a vehicle that can get you there safely. I wasn't thinking anything of it.
You were just doing your part.
And that was a fucking key moment to her father that showed
Right.
to him where I was.
That's important to me too. That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
You're coming all the way out here. You're picking up my daughter. You're safely delivering her to work so that she can,
Right.
you know.
That's some real
He
man
brings that
shit.
up all the time. He's like, yo, you drove through fucking snow to come and get her.
Bro.
And he's like, that's when I knew that. Like,
That's
if
real
you
man
asked me
shit.
to marry her, yes.
And that's what and
I know
that's
that you're a good
exactly,
dude.
That's exactly what brings to my original point. Why fathers and men are important to kids' lives.
But yeah, but that doesn't speak anything to my father though. That I feel like that speaks to me. Like,
You're trying to say
like,
that
but-
your dad didn't have any influence on you
no,
whatsoever.
for that mindset.
Even for the positive or negative.
Yeah,
like
the
just
positive
thinking
side
about
of
it, like
things.
off of it, like on the top of the head. No, it was, to me, it was just like I was towards like safety. Like, if you need to get to work or you're going to lose your job, how are we going to get you to work? The safest way is for me to drive a vehicle that I had all-wheel drive, lifted out of FJ. Fucking love that vehicle. Oh my God, I wish I crashed that. Or no, I didn't crash it. Someone crashed into me and we lost it. But nonetheless, all-wheel drive, I can drive all the way down there, pick you up. I can make sure, because your father has like your car's shitty, your mom's car's low, your father's car is low.
Right,
Nobody can.
You're being a man.
But see, to me, it's not even being a man. It's just like responsibility. Like this is something that I can do. I want to help you.
Okay, so you're saying a woman with that truck will go.
She could have, yeah. If she had a fucking
but women never buy those
Jeep Wrangler.
I mean, women never buy those.
And she's
trucks.
like, I'm coming in. I would have stayed home in the comfiness of the house, but she had a shitty ass Altima.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I don't, and that's the main part. I mean, it shows.
Mm-hmm.
Why a woman will have a truck like that?
Yeah, because it's not manly.
I don't think those things are manly. I don't know. Like,
no, I saw.
Really?
I saw people. I mean, saw women on Jeeps.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, they're out there.
Well, there's some Jeeps that have like standard tires on it, and they don't look like they're like, oh, I'm aggressive and I go fucking.
No, I'm talking about like
mountain climbing
freaking,
and shit.
Like really top. Like you will think that those trucks will bring you to freaking. Mount Everest.
Yeah, I feel like to me, like when my mom was looking for another vehicle, she asked me, "What should I get?"
Mm-hmm.
And I don't look at it as a man. I'm looking at it as a smart human being to say, you know what, practicality. You need something with space for, and then just in case anything pops off, if anything, God spits at us, snow, wind, fucking leaves, anything, you can be able to get to where you need to go. That's just a smart thing that has nothing to do with a man.
I get it.
So I would say like you would need something with all-wheel drive.
But how many girls you see with a truck?
It's not common.
Not with a pickup truck. But there's a lot. There's a very
well
big,
now that's why they create. That's why they create the SUVs.
Yeah.
That's why they create the SUVs.
But there's a lot of women that prefer like Ford Escalades and those SUV type things, like a Pilot.
Bro,
like my sister needed a Pilot because she has a bunch of kids, but
that's different.
The idea of a Pilot is the same thing. Like you like those SUVs because you can go anywhere and you can carry everything.
Yeah.
But you guys, we're getting off a subject.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, a lot.
But anyway, subject.
So,
we're talking about cars and shit. Like,
yeah.
I was just talking about the importance or what we need to tell women.
Okay.
About our.
So let's close this up.
As a recap.
So, Alain, can we start back to the because you talked about your father.
So he said that
even though I got cut off,
all feel like
yeah,
but it's cool.
Yeah,
I'm just quite simply. It's just. My dad did teach me how to be.
How important is that's a question? How important?
Because it kind of goes off of your thing too, where your wife felt like it was all. I mean, it's all.
Yeah,
women.
it's like no, and literally she told me, well, I could raise them and they were gonna be the same.
She could.
And I said I didn't. It's not what I say. Look, I told her, look, yes, and I know they're gonna be good still.
Right, because my mom did that. After like they split. And my mom took care of the rest.
Exactly.
Right? And my mom has always been there. Like when it came to this everything, my mom has always been there. Everything.
I don't know the math though. I don't know the math either because there's plenty of kids who grew up with a single parent and it's gone off the fucking rails.
But that's the thing.
I don't know
that's
if it's
actually
50-50 or if it's fucking.
But I feel a father is
we're not talking about percentage. We're talking about first of all personal.
We kind of are talking about percentage, aren't we?
No, we're talking about influence.
We're talking about our individual idea of how important a man is. Because if we had turned around,
actually, it turned into that.
Yes,
the original question was because you brought it up.
How important a man is to
what a woman should know about a man.
Yeah, that's the first question.
And so pretty much what we're saying is that fatherhood is very important to a kid, even though they don't understand that.
That was my point. Yeah,
that was your point. Your point was the yin and the yang.
The yin and yang.
You know, we complement each other.
Line hasn't talked about it.
No, because
I'm in the back burner.
This isn't his subject, I guess.
This is your limelight.
Definitely not my subject.
Well, what do you feel as a man going into a relationship and what you're looking towards a woman?
Like, what do you need to teach a woman about a man?
You?
Yeah.
What you want her to know?
I gotta get some water in me, bro.
Yeah.
Drink that water.
I need that chicken right now. Sheesh.
Fried chicken will take me where I want to be, baby.
Baby.
Gotta lie. Well,
You got, I mean, do you even look at your mom? Do you like, look at your exes you had?
I think everyone referenced their parents in some way.
I mean,
Always.
Yeah.
I think.
You
like
always
if you needed to tell them something about yourself that they did not understand about you, even like through arguments.
or your past relationships, like bumps you've had that, you know what, like what could have
Like, I wish they understood this about me. It would've-
just not just necessarily me, but about how men are. Because it's more of an overall question about what you think women don't know about men in general.
I went a little hard on this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
guys.
Well, I mean, I answered it. I laid that bitch up as like a fucking finger roll right off.
It's
the tip.
hard though. It's a hard thing.
No,
to
I
talk
think
about.
it's difficult
guess
for
I
a guy who's single
That's
right
what I'm
now.
saying.
It's more
Like, it's
difficult
not
because
like-
because you're not interacting and you're
Yeah.
not
You haven't had that experience. Because not only that, but like dating a girl is something totally different from marrying her.
Yeah. Oh my
Big
god.
Yeah, it's a big
And
difference.
then marrying a girl is something totally different from being married and with children.
Exactly. Yes.
So like it's I understand that it's difficult for you, and I'm not going to sit here and say that there's a right or wrong answer. So just kind of like
There never is.
trying to just answer like from my past, like all the time, every time I've had an issue, it's been like this thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm speaking off my experiences. And like
And not
Carlos is going off of 15 years and
Yeah.
and 14, 13-year-old children. I only got fucking a 4-year-old. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even on a level and experience like middle school and elementary school and shit like that. And then Tony's on another level where he has like another woman and like raising those kids and then raising your kids and then raising another woman's kids. Like it's all different
Yeah,
experiences.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're coming in like fresh.
I mean, maybe this question was hard for him though. Like,
Well, yeah,
No, it
I
is.
understand
It
that,
is. It
but I just
kinda
don't.
alienated
I'm just
him.
trying to ease you into it. Like it's cool.
just think about
Even
it.
though you have an answer and it's not quite what we were talking about, it's okay to still say that is an answer.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to fucking pat your ass, rub your back, and say it's
Yeah.
okay.
If not, I gotta
Get you involved.
I can answer that myself too. I got another. I haven't answered yet.
Well, yeah, you're right.
I haven't
You
answered
didn't
yet.
answer that.
No,
Yeah.
no, you go
Wow.
ahead, Johnny.
No, but
No.
You need to
I
fucking
wa-
answer something.
Say
You've
something.
been quiet for the
Just
last
say something.
we don't want
45
Because
minutes.
we're 45 minutes in. I kind of wanted to keep it at 45, and it looks
No.
like it's not.
We're going to an hour. on
Yeah,
this
we're
one.
going in the
easy.
easy hour.
I guess
Talking to
Talk
the
to the mic. Talk to the mic.
Bring your
I
fucking
guess,
face
like-
to the mic, bitch. I don't mean to turn it.
I gotta sync your voice to the mic.
damn.
Like, what did you want Brittany to understand about you that she did not understand,
Bring in a
or
big B
Angela?
word.
And I have to. I
Well,
have to.
what those
So
are
he
his
can
past
see.
experiences,
Like,
yeah.
what didn't she understand about you that she should have known as a man? As a man, not as a line. You guys want to drink some more?
I don't know. I'm debating.
Yeah, I think.
I
You
think
guys
I'm
need
like,
more.
I'll do another shot, but
Yeah.
I think I'm
I
good,
think you
though.
need a little bit because I think
Last
everybody's sober.
shot-
He might need-
last couple of
I gotta
weeks.
think about his answer.
Don't give me that
Tony.
fucking
All right, you know
bullshit
what?
line. You're
Here.
No, because this.
Look,
like,
I'm
keep
gonna
the shit
go.
recording. Go ahead, Alliance. I mean, Tony, go ahead, go.
Don't mess up with this.
Yeah, I know. I don't want. That's $600 down a drain.
Man, I'll take it. I'll wash it. I'll put some rice in it.
Put it up. Put it up.
No, I definitely like.
you good.
I kind of want to sit down and do this with my wife.
This is no. This is good. This
Doing
is good.
this question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
this
just
is-
out open
this is hard,
forum.
You know what?
This is hard.
I told you, man. Like me and my wife were being like talking about this. I said, look, I know how. I told her, look, as a man, I know how important is my role.
Absolutely.
You know, like, and she's like, yeah, but you never had a dad. That's why I
my
know.
God.
Damn, that
That's
was that tough for you? Like, was that like a
No,
a
actually,
knife?
yeah.
Like, you never
Patricia.
had dad. Like, yo, what are you talking
We need to
about?
talk.
No. That's the thing. I never felt it that like that because I know women are really important. My mom, for me, I love her to death.
Absolutely.
I
Women
know
are
her
important.
mistakes. I know she makes some mistakes. I know she's not perfect, but I love her. You know, whatever she did, and I still like. My mom has 2 different chances for her to get married, and she never did.
Never did. Yeah.
And I'm like,
She decided not to.
and I'm like, why? Because of you. They always said because of you guys.
You know what the thing with that shit is
And I'm
too?
like, I hate
they
it, though.
don't tell you they're.
Hold on, this is another subject. Let's not bring it back. Can I go back? Can we go back? Can I go back to what I was
let's
gonna
go
say?
back.
Fuck,
Rewind.
Oh my God, like
rewind.
You guys are
This-
shit,
that's
switching it up.
But we're talking on good shit though. Like
Yeah, but we need.
Oh my God,
like,
we need
I've
to cut
sat
this
there and
off.
had conversations like because
Shit.
growing up, you look at your parents and you're like you see like an outer shell. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, you don't understand.
You don't know all the inner
all the
workings.
human
Not until you grow up and then
Exactly.
have kids
You
and then
start seeing shit.
Exactly. And
Exactly.
then when you
Happened to me
sit down
too,
and
yeah.
you have that discussion again and she like and then you hear an answer and you're like as an adult, you know like, yo, she's beating around the bush. Like I know exactly what happened. Oh, you got pregnant young. Or you were like you know, all those kind of things and you're like you piece her life together
Yes.
before you were even there and you're like, wow, that
Exactly.
shit's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you
Or
think
you
differently.
see
Yeah.
it's
And you know what? I just say that you know I always blame my mom. She got opportunities she met really good guys.
mhm,
You know, guys that probably will give me a better future. You know, back then,
right.
but not in United States.
Yeah, it's a little different here.
So she decided not to.
Because she
No.
knew your path was in the United States.
No, because her family was here,
Mhm.
so
Oh,
she wanted to
shit.
be.
That
with
was her
fam-
goal.
That
She
was her
wanted-
goal.
That's
so
hard, bro.
but then now, you know, I've been through a lot of things with my wife, right?
Mhm.
Good things, bad things, and at some point, you know, we thought that you know we're probably gonna split out, and the first thing I said, I'm not gonna get married again.
I said the same thing.
You know what I
I
mean?
would never get married again.
So that's the thing, though. Is I've been blaming my mom for not to do things that I won't do anyways.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's dumb
true.
myself.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's another subject.
You guys are going to the whole other thing.
Hey, let him drink that shot because
Here
I
we go.
need to hear him.
Yeah.
He's not going to say anything. He doesn't have anything.
Yeah,
He doesn't-
kinda-
oh,
I'm gonna be honest,
but I
you guys
have
kinda
something.
Lost me and shit.
Yeah.
I know this is probably out of your subject. My bad line. Maybe I shouldn't have said this.
What?
I shouldn't have brought this up. And
No, it's just it's
it's a good
no,
subject.
But
It
you know
just
what?
might
just
not
thought
be
that
in
he
his
was-
ballpark.
it's not
I thought he
my
was going to
ballpark.
say something, but I
Nah,
guess
it's
he
No.
like
didn't.
it's, I don't have nothing to relate to that.
Exactly.
So let me say this, so I can answer my own question. One thing I want my wife to understand is,
You're listening right now.
if
Priscilla,
you're listening out there, baby,
look at the
you.
look at the camera.
Look at
straight.
that.
You
Let me
sexy ass.
You
Anyway.
sexy pregnant ass.
Your sexy pregnant ass. That big belly just turns me on. You're about to have my son. Anyway, no. My thing is, one thing that I want my wife, or even just women in general, to understand about men is that, we do not vibe the same or have the same energy that you have when it comes to how you feel.
No.
It's hard. I gotta be careful how I say this.
Yeah, that's
'Cause I'm gonna get screamed at.
I was like,
No, but I'm sitting here and I think I'm so blunt about it and just gave it black and white. But
I'm being blunt right
all
now.
the things that we're saying fall on the same lines of what I said as far as you have your role,
Correct.
I have my role. Same thing with Carlos when he's talking about, yes, you are important, but I'm also important and I have
Right.
my role.
Right.
And the same thing with you, like you're different off of me, but we still kind of work together.
Absolutely.
The yin and the yang, the
Yeah.
energy.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful thing, Adam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it
it's
is.
it's
It
definitely
is.
a beautiful thing, and I think that wraps this.
That's it? You're just going to cut it? No,
Right?
come on, bro.
No.
2 seconds in that.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna
What?
talk like
No,
10
doesn't it
minutes.
wrap it up?
No, it's just,
Come on, that
you
was
kinda
good.
just left it on a cliff, though.
I'm
like,
just saying
wanna
that I
see
want
your
her
side.
to. I want her to understand that because, you know.
Why?
That's exactly. That's what we
Why?
want. That's where we want to go.
Yeah. Oh, you want
Why?
to take it there?
No,
you
no.
guys want to take it there?
Yeah, I
Well,
want her
that's
to
the
get
whole
mad
point.
with you
It's
again.
just-
All right. So, like, all right. Let's break it down a little further then. If you guys want to take it there.
Yeah, sure. Just a little bit, not too
All right.
deep.
All right. I mean, not too deep, but just a little.
5 minutes
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah. So, you know, when a woman feels a certain way about a certain subject or a certain something that comes up, something that comes up in life, something that comes up in marriage, a certain argument, they have to understand that we men don't take it the same way you do. So let me give you an example. A woman has a problem at work. You could,
Yeah, no.
a woman has,
I know exactly where you're going, though.
yeah, because you guys know A woman comes back from work. Hey, you know,
Yeah.
Shantae was a bitch, yada, yada, yada. She came at my neck, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I don't know how I should have responded to it.
Yeah. They vent
you
a
know,
little bit more verbal.
They vent where,
Guys
you
are a
know,
little
like deep
direct.
inside, we are venting, but we don't express it
the same way. Or
the same way they do.
Right.
So they need to understand that, yo, just because I'm not telling you something, it doesn't mean like I fucking don't care about you or I don't want to talk to you or communicate with you. It's just that's the way I handle shit. You know, I handle shit. I can hold shit deep inside without a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just one example. Another example could be communication. A lot of women think that men do not communicate. Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Say fuck it. I'm just gonna say
Yeah. Just go forward with the flow.
So I feel like women do not feel that men communicate, but men do. Men communicate in a different way than women do. Women feel like they have to express themselves and verbally talk about everything. They need to put it out on Front Street.
Okay, I'm not gonna cut you off, but I kind of am. I'm gonna pause it. I want people to understand that, like, yes, what you're saying is not just putting all men on one side. There are some guys that are in that gray area, and stuff like that. So it doesn't. This rule. What he's saying,
I'm talking about the
what
majority.
we're all agreeing upon may not necessarily be every guy.
Right. It is our mindset.
It's the majority of the population.
The majority of us.
It's only 99.9%.
It's only.
Yeah.
So when women say that men don't understand them, it's not that we don't understand you. It is that we can take in pressure more than you do. No. They'll hear me
differently.
Out. So stress is at work.
Differently.
Stress is within the family.
Yeah.
Stresses with money.
I would
because we don't talk about it.
I would say differently.
No. Okay, definitely. Yeah.
Because as a person, I would understand that I can't. I'm not in my wife's mind. I'm not in her soul.
True.
I don't know how the weight of things are to her.
You're totally right.
But when it hits the family, it's 50-50. It's how you take it, how I take it.
Right.
And of course, I might be like, all right, let that shit roll off the back like a duck in water, and you might take it really seriously.
Right, because
but nonetheless,
exactly.
I understand the point of what's going on, and I understand that it's a problem, and it's
so what you think is severe,
right,
is less severe to us,
right,
and probably vice versa.
Just need to clarify.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably vice versa. There may be something that we feel like is like, yo, this is real fucking shit.
Yeah,
and she's like, okay, well,
I haven't really experienced that.
No, I do.
But I can see when it happens.
I did.
Yeah,
because I'm a real fucking laid back motherfucker.
Yeah. And the thing is that, like, we're as men,
right there.
as men, we are naturally laid back. We don't give a fuck about anything.
I see some pussy ass dudes though.
There are pussy dudes. I'm not saying that.
And bothersome, and
that's a whole different subject. That's a whole different. And actually, that's one of my topics, but that's a whole nother episode. So no, what I'm saying is that I want women to understand that men do not think on the same level as you do when it comes to certain subjects. So understand that. So don't put the pressure of work, house duties, whatever the case is, on men, because men see it differently. Like, you may be stressed out about clothes not being folded. Me, I'm just like, fuck it, it's in a hamper. We clean. To you, it may be, oh, I want that folded. I want it inside a drawer. I want it in this. To me, I'm like, but it's organized inside of a drawer. So, you know, it's different for us. We see it as like, you cut me off right now.
Yeah, I kind of want to be devil's advocate though, but like,
no.
Like thinking of that particular thing that you brought up, like if I put myself as a woman, it's kind of like, well, why can't you fucking fold it and put it away?
No, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about.
But that's the thing, like.
Now
also,
you're getting
like,
specific.
Yeah.
No,
but that's what it is.
Women.
But that's the thing that women are.
I get women to that
specific.
Yeah, they're very.
But that's the thing that they're getting mad at. It's not as. Sometimes it may not be as big as we think that it is with them, but it is a big enough thing that it needs to be verbalized.
Right, and I'm generalizing. I'm just generalizing the fact that not all men think that way. Like, yo, I get it. You want the clothes folded in a certain way. You want it.
But you're trying to say is you need to understand that I don't think it's a big deal,
right?
But I don't think that's necessarily right for a woman to be like.
It's not. But it's also not right for a woman to also think that we have certain roles too. Because if you don't want me to roll you in a certain way, for instance, washing dishes, sweeping the floor, picking the kids up.
Gender neutral though.
Right. But no, but some women
they think because we don't do something.
we don't do something like, oh, you're not playing your part.
I don't know. That's something else. I feel like that's like tick for tack percentages. Like I think every family goes through that though. In that way, like my wife, when we get the kids ready for bed, she likes it to be 50-50. She's like, I don't want to feel like I'm putting more energy into this task than you are. Because we're partners and we're in this 50-50.
I think that should be 50-50.
But
I love put my kids
what I'm
to
trying to say is like regardless, it's like I wash the kids, you get the kids in the bed or you bathe them, you lotion them, and you get them ready to bed, and then it's 50-50. I feel better. Yes, I could technically do everything myself, but I want to feel like you're involved in that way.
Absolutely.
But that's the thing.
I buy the groceries, you take them into the house, you put them away.
A man should put them in the house.
That's weird, because when you decide to do it by yourself, there's no 50-50 thing there. There's no 50-50. You decide, okay, you go do it. Meanwhile, they're in the cell phone or whatever. So, but then where there's things that they want you to do 50-50, things change.
I would agree with that. Like I mean, I can be tick for tat. I can.
We all can. And
we all can.
And that's what I'm trying to explain.
But
you know what?
Speaking of what he just kind of said, is like most guys, I feel like if I'm washing, if I'm cooking, well, I use cooking. Like I'm the type of person, like, as I cook, I clean so that there's less mess at the end.
Yeah.
And my wife piles and piles up and uses 3-4 different spoons for tasting.
My wife is the same fucking way.
But that's what I'm talking about. That's the difference of it.
Yeah,
to me, it's like I get mad at you. Like, why don't you just do it that way? It's easier.
Right.
And she's mad
because
but that's the problem.
I'm not doing now because now it's like, why don't you do the dishes? And because I cooked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you could have fucking easily negated that by cleaning as you cooked, and there would be no
right. And that's the thing.
But then they're like, well, fuck, I cooked though. Like that's my 50%.
Yeah, that's my wife though. She's like, I cook. You could at least clean the dishes.
Everything starts fucking going down the middle.
It is like, oh, you can do that at least. But my thing, it is fair that look, if you cook, I'm gonna take the girls a bath. I'm gonna put them to sleep because cooking, I feel like, is love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a big thing for the whole family.
Now, would you say like what they cook? Like what if they just pop in some fucking chicken nuggets?
Oh, stop, Rike. Now you're going a little bit. Now taking it to a whole other level, bro. You're being an asshole.
To me, so you count that? Like I'm gonna do all this shit that is.
No, you know what?
A reasonable amount of work.
My wife does that.
Getting fucking 6 kids in the bath, out the bath, lotion, it's a lot compared to I'm gonna throw fucking 20 pieces of chicken nugget in an air fryer.
My wife don't do that though. When my wife cooks, she goes in.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Of course, like you can sit there and see it, but some guys only get a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah, that's
and
a little
they're
different.
like, all right, well,
okay, that's a little.
You're providing a grilled cheese sandwich, which is 12%.
To the other.
Yeah, that's like
this is the other side of that 50-50 tick for tat. Like guys will sit there and say like, well, I'm not getting enough attention or love from you. Why do I got to provide 80% of the love for this relationship?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Now, my wife makes sure, she actually cooks everything. Like,
you're blessed.
Yeah, I am blessed. Like, my wife, she cooks a main dish, some meat, some vegetables, and she makes sure that you have a little fruit on the side. Like,
shit.
My wife does that. Like, and you know what? As crazy as that, as crazy as that sound. That works for us. So you know what? She does all that. Okay, I'll wash the dishes, or I'll go upstairs, take the girls a bath.
You feel like you need to do your half of it.
Yeah, I have to. Like I fucking have to. So, Alon, where'd you going?
Alon's just.
Damn, Alon. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
this is a bad conversation to have with this guy.
That topic sucks.
What?
No, it just doesn't relate.
It don't relate to him. You know what? I'm sorry, guys.
No, I
Well,
guess.
I mean,
It
I'm
didn't
still
relate
in
to
there.
him. Yeah, us three, it relates to us because we live that life every day.
Yeah.
But
I
look,
mean, we're definitely touching on some other
shout out to
things.
my wife. She fucking does her
cutting it?
thing. No. I'm just saying. She does her fucking part, and she expects me to do my part. I do at the best I can.
I think that's where that little line of like,
Yeah.
what you expect, what I expect.
Jin Jan thing.
Yeah, because like to me, it's like
it's
I do.
unspoken.
Like I don't.
It's an
Of course,
unspoken
we
rule.
have that rule. Like
Yeah,
my
it's an
wife
unspoken rule.
normally provides in the kitchen. Come home from work, she cooks. She does most of the cleaning, but I'll help with baths and 50-50. And then like she's putting the kids to bed or they're all in bed, and then I kind of go downstairs and I do my thing. Like to me, like okay, it is what it is. But to my wife, she might feel like, you know, why do I gotta fucking put the kids to bed all the time? I want some time to decompress and stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes
and
you
that's
gotta
when
switch
you
it up.
start thinking about like how can I, in an argument or a discussion, make my point a little bit more valid. You know what I mean? That's when it comes to ticky tacky. 50%, 80%, you start to like, all right, well, how much dishes did I do? How much mopping of the floor did you do? And you get a weird percentages and shit like that. But I mean, that's like at the extreme, the other side of it, because you run a perfect world and your wife does all this stuff and you do all this stuff and it's all
That's
right
what she
down
thinks.
the middle.
So that's what she thinks. She thinks that she runs everything, but she doesn't.
Somehow
She
they
doesn't
do.
see that a man does do a little bit.
So she's the one. So for example, Priscilla will be the one, like my wife's, saying that, the father
She's
figure won't,
I don't think Priscilla's that way.
My wife, she never had a father.
Okay, so she's definitely.
She
But that's the thing, though.
she finds she sees the importance of me,
Okay.
and she loves the fact that I can relate to my stepkids.
Okay.
they're-
Cool.
I love my stepkids. They are my fucking kids.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. Even one of their fathers says that I am their dad. I may not be their father, but I am their dad. I provide life lessons. I provide their house. I provide the bed that they sleep in, yada yada, food that they eat.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously my wife does too. I mean,
She helps with the bills.
yeah,
You do all that shit by yourself.
no, she don't help. She makes more money than I do. Trust me.
No.
I make good money, but she makes better money than I do.
No, I agree. Like, it's kind of touching back on what we were talking about, the initial thing. I guess my reflection on it is, like, I feel my wife and I are on the same page. I do feel like when it comes to, if you're just talking about children and children alone and influences in it, I do believe that women have a little higher percentage.
I agree.
Because I think every person who was at this table and is at this table would say that yes, their mothers were
Important.
and very more important.
They were more
sounds tough.
family
They were
oriented.
more intellect, more ingrained in their upbringing as a child.
Are you fucked up?
No, I'm not. I say that, but I'm not going to take away my father and male figures in my life because they were very important. They taught me a lot of things.
Yeah, that's what.
That's the thing. It's like, yes, you might have a little bit of an edge on me in this particular thing as young children, but that could always change as an adult because I feel like my nephews bounce shit more off of me as the older they grow because it's like, you know what? You're a dude. You've gone through things. You've understand things. Like, how do you think about this thing? I can't go to my mom about this.
Yeah.
I can't go to my mom. I'm having this girl problem. I'm having this, like decision between buying a sports car or a fucking, electric car. Like, what do you think? What is your ideas? And those only things that guys and men can provide.
That.
So
right.
to say that, yeah, it's not on the same level as a woman might be, but doesn't take away how important it is to that individual at that moment.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what though? I think that camera cut off because we're an hour and 6 minutes in.
So where's the other camera?
Yeah, no, but that was dead. I know that camera died at an hour, and then I didn't record on.
Tony, you got to get your production shit up a little
Yeah,
higher.
please.
I don't have money. All right,
Well, tell me, we got to make a list of everything.
You know,
we need to
I
do
just
to
need 2
take this.
cameras.
In Peru, we call it pollada. We can make a pollada and then.
No, I actually asked my wife for a 3D camera or a 360 camera. so I can put it right here in the middle.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit much.
I got a
Just ask for,
GoPro, man.
Two
I wish I could
GoPros.
borrow
It was
it.
$600.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
GoPro. That's
If
it.
no, if we had two GoPros, it'd be way better because these.
I got
shits-
one.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll look
if-
into getting one.
No, I mean no. Honestly,
I got a
though,
GoPro for like 4, I think.
Yeah, they're fine.
the iPhones work great.
1080's fine. Yeah.
No, the fucking iPhones work great. I don't know where the fucking other fucking stand is.
Well,
well.
if you get the moment there's a wide.
Yeah, it's a wide angle.
Yeah, bro,
It's
you put it here.
in the middle.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see
Yeah, because you can
everything.
film everything and just take it
Yeah,
off.
no, I actually have
It's
a
a
wide
bitch to
angle.
get it off the phones, though, right?
Yeah, it's like a fucking thing. But I don't know. Let's close this up because
All right.
obviously that shit must
Well,
have died
thank
by
you
now.
for episode 3. We'll continue this.
Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. Thank
Yeah,
you
no,
for coming up.
Yeah, I'm
being
glad you
open.
came out, man.
Listening to us, providing some stuff. Some people get like fucking turtled and not talk, but
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised, Carlos. Like you actually
you
talked
kind
to
of
us.
went in fucking head first.
Yeah, you
I think,
did
no,
good,
because
man.
it was. I mean, I think it's important, bro. Like talking about these things. Come
Yeah.
on, like,
This is exactly what Enrique
Yeah.
was talking about. Like, yo, we can actually get things off our chest that we don't talk
Yeah.
about normally.
and I know my wife gonna be pissed because it's kind of late,
Yeah,
but,
but
you
yeah.
know that's part of it.
That's
you know?
part
yeah,
of
but
it,
then she listens to it, she hears you,
But
and
you
then
know,
that could
she
open up
probably
discussion.
gotta listen to like what in a month when he did.
Oh, shots fired.
No,
I just get
the
No, it's
audio
true,
will
he's
be
terrible.
immediately.
Oh,
So
okay.
he
video
does
is the
like
problem.
audio and then he does video.
So I
and
got
audio.
proof.
Yeah, so she can listen to the audio now.
Yeah.
Probably tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife is. I don't know. She probably follows or subscribes to some platform, and she's like, "I'm down." to
Yeah,
listen.
you can
She's
like
always
you can listen
listening.
to us on Apple
Lauren, I love
Podcast.
you.
Yeah, but
On Google
this
Podcasts
is
or
important though. I mean, I think
It's a
part
fun
of
activity.
I know women are different, but men they need this time, like time.
They
for,
do because we don't get it.
Yeah,
We don't get it.
I mean, for work. I mean, the kids, the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even one a month or one a week or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever is
yeah. We do
possible.
it every 2 weeks.
You
every
know?
2
Trying
we
to
do
do
this.
every 2 weeks.
Every
This is
2
our
weeks.
second
Every
one.
yeah,
so.
every Friday. And because we were down one man, I invited you. I said,
look,
you know what?
you know, I appreciate that, man. Like, I like it. You know, even though if I don't talk, I'm still here for the wine and the
He's
shots.
here for the wine and the shots. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Episode 3 is a wrap. Catch us on the next episode.
Later.